just a little faster right now, doesn't it? They stand alone right now. No cornermen. They're just ready to make the ring walk for the biggest fight that boxing can.
Keep your hands, keep your chin tucked. It's the one and only goes through the shadow in the front. Hope everyone's having a blessed night. Early morning, man. I have not been feeling well, man. This isn't going to be long, but I just need to come on and just say I'm disgusted with what I saw tonight, bro, as a boxing fan. And, I mean, I lost so much respect for KeyShawn and his family, bro. It's embarrassing what it's embarrassing what they did to boxing, bro. That's some I've never seen anything like this, bro. I don't think I remember anything like this. First, KeyShawn misses weight. That's unprofessional as it is, bro. But after what he did today, man, it's disgusting. And he's a sore loser. And I hope they get fined. I hope charges are pressed and everything, bro. Like, I can't believe that. First, his brother loses the fight. I didn't even catch the whole card, bro. I caught that one fight, which was kind of weird. So his brother loses. And I knew something was gonna happen because when you if you go back and take a look at the fight, you're gonna see there's a point in the fight where when they're walking out the ring, there's a clip that they got on a short. You see kind of KeyShawn going like this with his fist and shit like that as they're walking out the ring. And I'm like, what is he doing? And he fucked around and they jumped him. That's embarrassing, bro. That's embarrassing to the sport, man. I can't believe that. I lost respect for KeyShawn, bro. They literally jumped that man, bro. They jumped that man, and he got a knot on the size of his head. Y'all can hear me, right? Let me make sure my volume's up. Yeah, my volume good, man. Unbelievable, bro. I don't think I've seen that in a long time. I mean, I've seen people get upset if their family member loses a fight or something like that. I've seen fighters where like they lose and their brother will come in the ring and their brother will be like, I'll fight him or some shit like that. But I've never seen nothing like that. I've never seen a fight where a fighter loses, his brothers get in the ring, follow the fighter out back to the hallway, and proceed to jump the man, bro. And he's got a fat knot on his head, bro. I can't believe this. It's embarrassing. And you did it in your hometown. You did it in your hometown. And you came in overweight, KeyShawn. Like, what the fuck? Like, I lost respect for this kid. Look, man, the coming overweight thing. Look, man, it happens. I was disappointed because I wasn't gonna see the KeyShawn fight. But I mean, that shit happens. I mean, I'm not saying that it's called for. I'm saying you already had, like, the last thing you should be doing is doing some stupid shit. So not only does your brother get his ass whooped, but then you jump the guy that beat your brother up. Like, you just really, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? What is wrong with you? I lost respect for KeyShawn, bro. Yeah, that was bad too. Yeah, that was bad. But nah, man, this shit is uncalled for. Like, look, man, I don't care about, like, look, at the end of the day, I wasn't even, look, first off, man, I wasn't even planning on going live, bro. I've been sick. I almost went to the hospital yesterday. I'm having a horrible flare up, bro. But I was like, man, I just got to go live and just talk this disgust, bro. It's just disgusting, bro. Because it's like, I like fighting. I like violence and shit, but I like it in the ring. And when you do something like that, it shows me that you're not only unprofessional, but that's embarrassing to you. That's embarrassing to your family. And not only that, but you make your brother look more pussy, bro. You really do. You make your brother look more pussy, yo. You could have just, there's a million other ways you could have went about that. There's a million other ways you could have went about that. You could have said, let's get the rematch for my brother. Or I'll fight you. You could have did it. There's like 10 other different, yo, there's like a million different ways this dude could have handled this situation, bro. It's like a million different ways. Yeah. It's disgusting, bro. Well, I never said his brothers could fight. I never thought his brothers could fight. I never thought his brothers could fight. They're riding off of KeyShawn's name. It's no different than Emilio Vargas and the other Vargases, Tycho. There's only one good Vargas in the family. The mother, that's how I look at this family. I look at this family the same way. The only one that could really fight in the ring, in my opinion, is KeyShawn. The other ones, they're not good, bro. They're not. In fact, I had his brother losing this fight. Yesterday when I saw the press conference, I'm like, oh, that's Nahir went the distance with KeyShawn. And I even said, I was like, his brother's fighting him a little bit too early, because that dude went the distance with KeyShawn. I mean, he's not. I don't think that guy's an elite fighter, but he went the distance with KeyShawn earlier, and it was earlier. It was a couple years ago. But still, it don't matter, bro. I don't really care about all that, bro. What I am saying is that boxing has no that's trash behavior. That's ghetto trash behavior. That shit is what I would have done years ago. I mean, like in the Bronx or in Patterson, New Jersey, bro. Like you a grown ass adult. Yeah, you in the fight business. You get paid for it, bro. You get it's done. I mean, it's I lost a lot of respect for KeyShawn, bro. And not only that, bro, but anybody that comes in overweight, I don't care. I don't care if that's what you was planning on doing, because it's unprofessional. Because now people wanted to see the fight. We don't see the fight. When Ryan Garcia came in overweight with Devin Haney, I know some of you guys in the chat was like, well, Shadow, it's all part of the game plan. I don't care. That's unprofessional. Okay, that's cheating, bro. That's cheating. You're not cutting weight, and your opponent is cutting weight. So therefore, you don't have to go through the process. He does. That's cheating. I don't care who does it, bro. Ryan Garcia, KeyShawn Davis, anybody. It's fucking cheating. I don't pick and choose. Okay, I don't care if I like you or not, bro. I'm very fair. I don't go, oh, Ryan Garcia did it, but I like him. I don't do that. I don't do that. I didn't like it when Ryan did it. I don't like it when KeyShawn did it. Trash behavior is trash behavior, bro. Jumping somebody because your brother got his ass whooped and you upset and in your feelings is trash. It's trash. I don't want to see that shit, bro. You could have, there's a million other things you could have did. You could have went in there and you could have said, yo, let's run it back, me and you. You could have said that. Nahir Albright was already moving up in weight. And even though KeyShawn missed weight, if you really wanted to beat his ass for beating up your brother, there's a million other ways you could have went about it. Or how about your brother run it back with him? Like, it's just trash behavior, bro. It's disgusting. A baby almost got hit. The fuck is going on here? I lost respect for KeyShawn, bro. If Tio would have did that shit, I'd have never talked about him again, bro. It's just, I don't care, bro. I don't do it. And you know what? If I see people too, if I see any channels like co-signing and shit, bro, because another thing, matter of fact, I can only control myself, bro. I can only control myself. But it is disgusting to see other channels see fucking fighters that they like do shit, and they just cop mad excuses for them, bro. I don't know how y'all do that, but I don't care. Like, I like KeyShawn in the ring, but I lost respect for him after this weekend, bro. Not only did Not only did you come in overweight and I didn't get to see you fight, but then you fucking do this in your hometown. It's disgusting, bro. Who rocks with that shit? This ain't the Latin Kings, bro. This ain't the Blood and Crips. Come on, bro. That shit is disgusting to me, bro. It's nasty. Like, cause there's a million other ways you could have did that. Matter of fact, you call yourself the businessman, right? Well, a smart businessman would have took advantage of this opportunity and maybe got a rematch with your brother, or maybe you fight him or something. He already moved up in weight, and y'all got history. Y'all got history. And you know what? Shout out to Nahir Albright, because when he got jumped, he went, the first thing he did was go on camera like a man, like a fucking man, and say, yo, KeyShawn, you gotta fight me now. You gotta fight me now. It's disgusting, bro. I mean, you could admit, I didn't even think KeyShawn could make this night worse, any worse than what he did. You come in 4-point-something pounds overweight. You know what that tells me? That tells me you didn't even try to make weight, yo. You didn't even try. You didn't even try. I was pissed when I found that out, bro. And I was just over here complimenting the kid yesterday, because I'm like, yo, but I don't care, bro. I don't. It don't matter whether I like the person or not, bro. If you act like this, bro, I ain't got no respect for you, bro. The fuck out of here, man. It really messed my day up, bro. For real, man. Yeah, it's sad, bro. Hey, Q, man. You know what it is, bro. You know why I'm disappointed? Because I've liked KeyShawn for a while, bro. Like as far as like in the ring, you know what I mean? I think he's a good fighter. I don't take nothing away from him in that. I don't take away. That's like saying, y'all remember when Tank was on camera beating the fuck out of his baby mother, right? Y'all have seen that, right? He's literally in a basket. I mean, he don't even care. He didn't even care people were looking. I don't know if you ever seen that video. There's a video of Tank beating up on his baby mother like she's a man at a basketball game. He grabs her by the hair and he's like cold cocking her and everything. Jamal Charlo is on camera. He's recorded saying, now I don't know exactly who he hit, but Jamal Charlo, I believe it's I don't want to speak on that too much because I'm confused with that situation, but I spoke on it. It's such a long time ago. But I remember when Jamal Charlo had a female fighter under him or something like that. And I don't know if it was her, but he's recorded. His friend recorded him, and he's saying, yeah, I hit that bitch like a man. Whatever. It's like shit like that, bro. I don't rock with that, bro. I don't rock with. If you a fighter, put it like this, bro. If you a fighter, you shouldn't be hitting women. You shouldn't be jumping people. That shit is corny to me, bro. Because it's like you could already hurt somebody, and then you fuck around and jumping people with a baby in the hallway. With a baby in the hallway. Unbelievable, bro. Yeah, him and the whole family thing, bro. The dude I just blocked, bro. The dude I just blocked. I'm not even gonna acknowledge you, bro, because like you just I don't acknowledge pussies that I don't even know that just show up here out of nowhere. Like Obviously, you know me well enough to name other fighters. So that means that you watch me. Like, you another pussy motherfucker, bro. I spit on all you motherfuckers, bro. All you pussy motherfuckers in the avatar, bro, that talk shit, I spit on you, bro. Cause y'all the biggest pussies out of everybody, for real, for real. All you motherfuckers that be commenting and shit, but y'all always got all this information about me, bro. How the fuck can you watch me and don't like me, bro? Get the fuck out and stay the fuck out, bro. These the same motherfuckers that won't click a link and won't even, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Man, I'm telling you, this YouTube shit, these YouTube boxing fans are weird to me, bro. They're weird to me, bro. 90% of them is actually gay. For real, for real. I know, it's just, bro, it's sad, bro. Yo, HOD, it's funny too, because they create a burner account, but when they come in here, they write shit. Listen, they write shit about stuff I talked about last year. So that means, what that tell you? They writing shit that I've said and talked about last year. So you've been watching me the whole time, or you remember that? Why make a burner account? Why don't you just come in and talk boxing, pussy? Such a bitch, bro. I'm telling you, man. It's probably somebody I know, for real, for real. For real. It's probably somebody, I go to another channel and they're like, yo, what up, Shadow? And then when I go on live, they're like, we create a burner account and talk about a fighter he talked about last year. Man, you really, like, something is wrong with y'all, bro. Some of y'all, it's just fucking retarded, man. And them be the ones that the biggest pussies, bro. I drop the link almost every time I go live. None of you motherfuckers come on here. None of you. And when you do, you show another man's dick. So that means you literally searched for the dick, you picked one out, and then uploaded it. Gay motherfuckers, bro. I can't stand half of y'all, bro. That's why I went at Nestor Gibbs and all these other channels, bro. Fuck all these motherfuckers, bro. I can't stand fake motherfuckers, bro. Anyway, man, look, man, I lost respect for KeyShawn, bro. This shit is ghetto mentality, man. And there's a million other ways you could have handled that situation, bro. Huh? Nah, I was just going off on a troll, man. Caught me on a fucked up day. Usually I would have let the shit ride, but I've been sick all weekend, bro. Like, I've been really, really sick. So I'm already like crabby and shit. So, and I'm upset with KeyShawn and shit. So when one of these pussy motherfuckers that change their avatar every other day and come in here on their period but never show their face, I don't know, I snapped on him. Maybe I'll unblock him one day. He just gonna make another one anyway. And you know what's crazy too, bro? When you go back and look at it, you'll see that KeyShawn was gonna do something. Did you see the clip when KeyShawn was walking out the ring? Did you see the clip before the hallway incident? That's how I knew something was gonna happen. His brother. So this is how you knew something was gonna happen, right? Because number one, when you go back to the press conference, right? You go back to the press conference. The one thing I noticed with KeyShawn Davis and his brothers, right? The one thing I noticed, they bring like a street mentality. And there's nothing wrong with that, because Adrian Broner would do it too. But when Adrian Broner did it, I found it entertaining. Like, I like Adrian Broner. You know what I mean? I like Adrian Broner. It's sad to see how he is, but like, I noticed KeyShawn and them, they bring a ghetto mentality to their to the press conference. And look, man, there's a place for everything, bro. Listen, most of us, let me take that back. Let me take that back. Some of us have grown up in the street or had a bad upbringing and shit, right? But you're smart enough to know when to turn that off. You know what I mean? Like, I'm actually thankful that I went to the military, because if not, I'd still be acting ignorant, bro. So I know when to turn that shit off. It's even worse to see these dudes that do what they do and you fucking up your own career in a way, because it's like you literally are messing. Like, you could get fined. You could you look, man, you didn't fight today. You lost your title. Somebody could press charges. God forbid the baby gets hurt, right? God forbid that baby gets hurt or something like that, right? They could press charges. You go back and look at the video. I could have swore I saw a baby in there, and this woman go crazy. It's just weird. It's weird to me. I mean, you could literally, some of these dudes, and this comes with this new generation. A lot of these guys' actions are costing them money, and it could cost you millions of dollars. Especially, I mean, look, man, in this day and age, you could have you could be very successful in doing something, and it just takes one thing for you to get canceled or something to happen, or you get sued or something. That shit is embarrassing. Like, KeyShawn went from, I don't know how he managed to do it, but he managed in a matter of 48 hours, fans and his own people turn on him because of his own actions. His own actions. He didn't miss weight by a pound or 2 pounds. He missed weight by 4 pounds. That means he didn't even try. So then you got to ask yourself, at what point did he know he wasn't going to make weight? You know, it really depends, because some of these guys actually don't even, some of them don't even start like trying to cut weight until like the day of, or like maybe 2 days before. It depends on how good your training camp is, but it don't matter. 4 pounds, 4 point something pounds is a lot. That tells me like you didn't even try. And then you got on top of, then when you got on the scale, he started dancing. Like, it's cool. Like, you fighting somebody who had a 2-year layoff. And I was getting on De Los Santos too at first, because I'm like, yo, listen, I get it, bro. You got a 2-year layoff. You was in the hospital. I didn't like the fact they were showing the hospital pictures, because I'm like, all right, bro, you're kind of setting up the whole, if I lose, look, I was in the hospital. And I kind of didn't like that. But then KeyShawn makes it worse, comes in 4 pounds overweight and starts dancing on the scale. It's like, okay, so you didn't even try to make weight, and then you dance on the scale, knowing that you have knowing that you didn't even cut weight. You got a massive advantage over this guy. He's got a 2-year layoff. De Los Santos didn't even look like he was in shape. Good thing he called the fight off. He could have seriously got hurt. And I never thought KeyShawn's brothers was good anyway. I get both brothers mixed up. It's like the Vargas brothers, bro. There's only one I know that's good. The other two, they just got the name. They just got the name, and they're like, all right, well, it's a family affair. I'll fight too. KeyShawn is the only one in the family that can fight, in my opinion. The dude was getting tagged up all night. And look, this ain't no disrespect to Nahir Albright, bro. I like that guy. He's a stand-up guy. I like his character. He showed a lot of heart, but he's not really that good of a fighter. He's not. You saw how tired he got, right? Yeah, I mean, it's only an 8-round fight. But was it only 8 rounds, right? Or was it 10? No, I'm sorry, it was 10, right? He was by the 8th round, he was done. He was done. He couldn't even throw a punch. He was just holding. But he had built up such a... Oh, and by the way, they try to rob him. They try to rob him. The refs try to rob him. When I heard the scorecard, I was like, they about to rob him, bro. I know they're not about to rob this man. They about to rob this man. No wonder why some of these guys don't want to go over to Saudi, bro. I don't blame some of these guys. You see that shit? That's why in boxing, if you want to win, you better knock somebody out, bro. It ain't guaranteed, man. I've seen people win a fight clearly. Clearly. And you get the refs over there doing like a 95 type shit or whatever. And I'm looking at like what were you watching, bro? They really should, G Funky. And it, you know, and I'm pissed off as a fan. I'm pissed off as a fan because look, man, I understand that. Look, man, I try to be very, very fair, bro. I'm very fair. Like I understand that people, nobody's perfect, bro. I do shit behind closed doors, and I'm sure that other people do that other people don't know. Ain't none of us perfect, none of that. So I try not to judge people so much on what they do outside the ring. I just look at them as a fighter in the ring. You know what I mean? In the ring. I really try not to do all that. Like, I really don't, bro, because nobody's perfect, bro. Nobody's perfect. You know what I mean? Everybody's got mistakes and shit, but it's kind of hard when you do shit like this. Like you're bringing it to the event. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be different if I heard KeyShawn. Look, it'd be different if I heard KeyShawn did something. I don't know. If I find out in an article he did something when he wasn't fighting, that's different to me. It's different because it's like, it is what it is. I mean, let's be honest, bro. Most of these guys got fucked up. Most of these guys are fucked up. A lot of them are crazy. A lot of them are narcissists. I mean, you got to be a certain type of individual to put on gloves anyway, or a UFC, or be a fighter. You got to have a certain type of mentality anyway. Even these humble guys out there that are real humble, there's a switch that turns on when that bell rings, bro. They're all like monsters, you know what I mean? So I try not to judge people like that, but when you bring it to the ring, when you bring it to the like when you do shit where you fuck up the fucking event, where like I'm literally, you're the main event. I'm over here making live saying, yo, I fuck with KeyShawn, bro. I think he's a good fighter, da 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 da. And then you do shit like this. It's hard. I can't rock with that, bro. I can't. What's going on, Divine? Long time no see, bro. What do you mean? Oh yeah, oh yeah, right? Because you can't argue it, right? Right? Yeah, you can't argue. And you know how you knew something was wrong, bro? You know how you knew something was wrong? And that they had it on camera? You know how you knew? Because if you look at how everything played out, right? So look, his brother, yo, you could tell something was gonna happen. If you go back to the press conference. Go back to the press conference. I like, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, yo, if his brother loses, there's gonna be a problem because of what was said at the press conference. So Nahir Albright, he fought KeyShawn before, and it went the distance, right? It went the distance. So during the press conference, KeyShawn and his brothers always bring like this street mentality type shit, right? It is what it is. You can't even tell if it's promotion or not, right? So they're going back and forth, and Nahir Albright says, no. KeyShawn's brothers over there saying like, yo, I guarantee you, I'm gonna knock you out. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, right? And he got him mad because he said, I'm gonna do you like, he said something like, I'm gonna do you like how my brother did you. And Nahir and Albright said something like, well, I went the distance with your brother. And he was like, yeah, and what my brother do to you? He says, no, it showed me I'm on the same level as your brother, bro. So what you think I'm gonna do to you? That's what he said. He said, I went the distance with KeyShawn. He's the best in your family. What you think I'm gonna do to you? And you could tell like KeyShawn's brother gets all fucking mad and shit. And then you're watching the fight. KeyShawn brother gets beat up, right? Then they go to raise. Then after almost trying to rob him, they raise his hand and shit. And you know when they raise your hand and you're the winner, and they try to get you to go say what's up to the other corner. That's when I knew something was gonna happen, because they raised Nahir's hand like this, and they grabbed his glove, like, come on over here. And when you go back and look, he grabbed his arm, try to bring him to the corner, and the whole KeyShawn family had their backs turned like this. Unsportsmanlike like a motherfucker, right? Unsportsmanlike like a motherfucker. Then there's another angle of KeyShawn standing like this. He's standing like this, like that. And I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? I'm like, all right, maybe he's going to get on the mic. Maybe he's going to say, hey, fight me again. You know what I mean? Fight me now, or fight my brother. Then he starts walking out the ring, him and his other brother, and his other brother. Look at his other brother. And I don't know if he's younger or not. The other one, not the one that didn't fight. He had a hoodie on. He's staring at Nahir Albright like, yeah, like they look like they want to kill the motherfucker, bro. Then they all get out the ring. They all start walking out. Then next thing you know, when the fucking Abdullah Mason fight start, they just cut real quick. Now you see Nahir Albright in the back, but now he's got a fat ass knot in his head. And the announcer goes, hey, I know you. The announcer goes, hey, I know you just fought, but you didn't have that knot in your head before, did you? And yo, and Nahir Albright, he didn't even want to snitch, bro. Did you see how he looked at him? Like he did a double take, bro. He did a double take, like he didn't even know if he wanted to snitch or not. But then he then he was like, probably like, you know what? Fuck them. Yeah, fuck that, bro. Don't keep your mouth shut. Fuck that. Cause he kind of was like, I'm gonna go back and look at it, bro. He said, no. He said, not here. Did KeyShawn and his brothers put that knot on your head or something like that? He just went, yeah. And I was like, good, fucking tell him. Unsportsmanlike like a motherfucker, bro. Tell him. Get that street shit the fuck out of here. Then they show the video, bro. I mean, it's just, it's embarrassing to boxing, bro. You know what I mean? Bro, you're gonna have to make, just keep making another one, bro. Let me see how long it takes you to make the next one. Yeah. There you go. Like, yeah, appreciate it, HOD. Here it is right here. Here it is right here. The before and after. I think I know who this guy is that keeps coming in here. He the one that cried that be like, you like black fighters. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. You better be careful if I call ISIS on your ass, motherfucker. You keep coming in here. You see what's going on in LA. You fuck around, I will unblock your VPN. I will have you out of this country. Stop fucking with me, bro. Don't worry about who I like. I'm telling you, do it again. I'm gonna call ISIS on your ass. It's one of these immigrants, mad as hell. Hey, how the fuck does an immigrant come over here illegally and then try to disrespect the fucking legal people? No wonder why you're not showing your avatar. Keep fucking with me. You gonna be on that van with the motherfuckers in LA. Here we go. So, right here. There you go, right there. Oh, hell yeah, I rock with them. Hell yeah, I do. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because the legal Mexicans are cool as fuck. They are. The legal Latinos are cool as fuck. The illegal ones are the ones that talk the most shit, try to disrespect other people, and steal shit. So you fucking right. I rock with ICE. I will call ICE on you in a second. I will call on a second. I know the motherfucker that keeps coming in here trolling me is here illegally. Always crying about the same shit. You like black fighters. Man, get a fucking dick. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Just do me a favor one day, though, and promise me when I drop the link, you'll fucking man up and talk to me. And not type. Because every time you come in here, I'm going to block you. Yeah, you see how the numbers leaving, right? Look, they know. I'll call ICE at all you motherfuckers, bro. Have all you motherfuckers. I'll have this shit. It'll just be me talking about myself up in this motherfucker. I'll send you all packing. Nah. He's not EQ. He's not. He's an illegal guy that needs ISIS called on him. But anyway, as you see right here, you look, that knot right there. I mean, I feel bad for him too, man, because he looked uncomfortable. He looked uncomfortable, right? Like snitching on him. But nah, man, nah. Don't worry about snitching, bro. Matter of fact, if I was him, I would sue them, bro. I would sue them. And KeyShawn might be on hot water as it is. KeyShawn gonna be on hot water as it is. Because like G Funky said, they might boot him after this, bro. Think about it. Think about this. Think about this from a business level. He done fucked up the main event. Then his brother loses, and then they jump somebody in the hallway with a baby there. Yeah. He might have a lot of shit to come after this. Huh? Nah. It ain't. I mean, illegal fatigue. No. But I'm gonna be honest with you. If you want me to be dead ass, bro, you caught me on a wrong day where like I said, I haven't been feeling well, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. The dudes that don't like me, they're from a certain group, and I've seen them talk on other channels. And they don't like me because I don't do the race shit, but yet they the most racist motherfuckers out there. And I got no love for them. And I would call ISIS on them. You fucking right. I don't like spiteful people. And I don't like pussies, bro. You got to understand, you are a certain type of low-life, pussy, scary motherfucker to come here with an avatar, can't even speak, but yet your gay ass will find a black dick and try to flash it on the screen. Like you is low-key gay and pussy like a motherfucker at the same time. You gay and pussy. So yeah, I got no respect for none of y'all. In fact, I'm begging y'all to not. I'm begging you motherfuckers, the ones I'm talking to, I'm begging y'all to stop watching me. I am begging you, please. Leave me the fuck alone. I don't like you. Leave. Get out. Unsubscribe. I don't like y'all. Why do y'all keep coming here, bro? Stop. Go somewhere else, bro. Like, some of you motherfuckers are the dumbest people out there. I'll tell you right now, I go to a restaurant, I eat something, I don't like the food, I ain't going back. Y'all motherfuckers will keep going there every day. Like, yo, I don't like the food. Yeah, I know. You've been telling this. I've told you for 2 years. I got the same chef. You keep coming here. You keep eating the food. It's not going to change. And then you come back the next day. That's how some of y'all are. And most of you motherfuckers don't even know boxing. So yeah, I'm sick and tired of y'all. And I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass. I would call ISIS on you. Get you packing like the rest of these motherfuckers, bro. Virginia law does not require the victim to want to press charges. So, right. So basically, they could do it without the victim, right? They should press charges, HOD. And you know what? KeyShawn should have a major punishment for this, bro. A major punishment. Because it ain't even, look, it wouldn't even be it would be different if he fought tonight. I'm not saying that he still wouldn't be in trouble. But what I'm saying is, look at how the event happened. The whole event was supposed to be KeyShawn Davis versus De Los Santos as the main event. He makes a mockery of everything, right? Doesn't even attempt to make weight, and then gets on the scale and starts dancing like he's proud. So basically, that's like you coming to work, not doing anything. You don't do you don't do your job, you don't do nothing. You don't get nothing that they're paying you to do. And so it's like me showing up to work late. I don't do nothing for my 8, 9 hour, 10-hour shift. I do nothing. And I sit there in front of everybody and start dancing and goofing around. Yeah, motherfucker, you fired. Why? What am I paying you for? He put the whole main event in jeopardy. Like they had to move Abdullah Mason up. And then you do what you do with the assault. The only highlight of my day was watching ISIS arrest these motherfuckers in LA. Really, be honest with you. He did cost them a lot of money, bro. He did. Yeah, nah, brother. Hey, it was good, EQ. How's your brother, by the way, man? Yeah, man, I don't spaz out like this all the time. I'm sick and tired of certain people, bro, and I'm gonna start getting real disrespectful, bro. Just leave me the fuck alone, bro. Just leave me alone. I don't care about any other channels. I don't care about saying anybody's name. Nobody's gonna do a fucking thing to me. I show my face every day. I've seen people threaten me, all types of shit. I'm still here. That one live I gave my address out. Just most of these dudes is pussy. And I am literally one of the most nicest people, bro. I feel like, bro. I really try to be very cool here. I'm like, yo, no chicken and watermelon shit. Don't fucking egg on the fucking illegals. I try to be very fair here. But they're the ones that push my buttons the most, though. That's the funny shit. They're the ones that try to disrespect me the most. And I've been tolerating that shit for like 2 fucking years now. So it is what it is, bro. Like, I'm doing this so they can get the fuck out. Like, I want them to not like me. My whole point is I don't want you to watch me. I despise half of you motherfuckers, bro. I would spit in your face. For real. Some of the shit y'all do and say, y'all type the most stupid gangster shit, but you won't even fucking show your face like you're the biggest pussy there is. And then I can tell by what you're saying what type of person you are. Only females remember what a man says 2 years ago. Female mentality, man. Leave me alone, bro. Leave me alone. That goes for channels too. Leave me alone, bro. Yeah, they cost them a lot of money, bro. They cost them a lot of money today. To put first off, imagine this. Yo, I didn't even see the rest of the fight. Did Abdullah Mason win tonight? Did he win? I'm guessing he knocked out Nakatilia, right? He won, right? Because I went live before the fight was even over. He won by stoppage, right? Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say, Tycho, imagine imagine if Abdullah Mason would have lost. So imagine this dude fucks up the main event, comes in overweight, jumps somebody in the hallway, and then imagine if they would have had Abdullah Mason, who was an upcoming prospect, right? Imagine he would have lost. See, he would have lost with the main event still on. It would have been different, but having him lose as a main event, like, do you see all the shit that KeyShawn caused, bro? He caused a lot of shit today. What round did he stop him in? What round did he stop him in? Thanks, brother. Yeah, because I'm let me see. Hold on. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Let me play that. I appreciate that, HOD. Yo, yeah, he's a good dude, bro. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. That's another reason why I blocked that motherfucker that just came in here talking about why you crying. Motherfucker, you ain't never threw a punch in your life, bro. This man though went fucking 10 rounds. Last thing he needs to be doing is getting jumped by 3 motherfuckers in the back. Dummy. Fucking stupid. I'm telling you, bro. Y'all, I'm gonna start getting, I'm telling you, I'm gonna start getting. See, I don't want to get like this, bro. But I'm sick and tired of certain people. Like, I feel like they try to push me around. Like they just think I don't know what it is, bro. But I'm gonna start getting to a point where like I'm gonna make you unsubscribe to me, bro. I'm gonna make you leave. I'm gonna make you stop watching me, bro. Cause I don't like half of y'all, for real. So here it is right here. Let me play the video. Share right here.
Any message for DB3?
Hold on 1 second.
Any message for DB3?
DB3, I'm gonna just pray for y'all.
Any message for DB3?
DB3, I'm gonna just pray for y'all.
Any message?
Hey, yo, he remind me of the actor that played in Creed. What's his name? Don't he look like right there? He looked like the what's the recent movie with the vampires and shit? Is it the vampires? I was gonna watch that. I still got that on my wish list. Matter of fact, I got it set up. What's the name of it again? The dude that played Creed. Yeah, it was on camera, Rich. It's on video. Yeah. It's on video. And he already came out and said that they did, Rich. He's probably taking it back because he feels a certain way. Like I said, I don't know when you got here, Rich, but when he first said it live, he looked like he didn't want to snitch. You know what I mean? And fuck that. Fuck that, bro. This ain't no. Fuck that, bro. This ain't the streets. This is professional fighting. You get paid. This is a business. Don't worry about snitching, bro. They're the ones acting like hooligans and thugs and shit like that. Fuck that. I lost respect for KeyShawn, bro. And I didn't even get to see him fight tonight, Rich. I'm pissed, bro. And I haven't been feeling well all weekend, too. Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, that's who he remind me of. What's going on, Rich, anyway, bro? KeyShawn is a wild guy. You know? Look, I ain't never going to take away anything that KeyShawn does in the ring. Because my opinion still holds firm on that. Until regardless of what I'm saying and what's happening outside the ring, my opinion on him inside the ring still doesn't change until I'm proving different. But still, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. And it's bad for the sport. It's bad for the sport. And he cost Top Rank a lot of money, too. he cost them a lot of money. Like G Funky and HOD's making a lot of sense. Like, you got to think of the promotion that went into this. You got to think about the implications that went into this as far as the rankings go and stuff. Even though I don't respect the rankings too much, there was a lot of shit that was put into this. And look, man, when Ryan came in overweight, right? It's kind of funny. It goes to show you how this community is. When Ryan Garcia came in overweight, I got mad at him. The night before the fight, I got mad. I did a live. I said, you know what? I'm going for Devin now. And y'all know I don't like Devin. I don't like Devin. I'm very vocal about that. I've never really liked Devin. And the reason why I didn't like Devin is with all the whole rehydration and waiting for the right time. And I get it. It's just, there's a lot that goes into Devin. Plus, you know, I rock with Tio. So it's like, you know, but when Ryan came in and did that, when he came in overweight, and then when the cameras cut off and the cameras cut back on him, and he went like this, when he went like this, like almost like I did it on purpose, I didn't like that. It was like, I think it's a mockery of the sport. And you know what? I think it's cheating. I think it's the closest thing that you can do to taking steroids. The closest thing you could do is to not attempt to make weight and go on with the fight after your opponent has tried to make weight, drained himself, and went through a brutal weight cut, and you didn't do it. To me, that is the closest thing to taking PEDs. And I know some people don't look at it like that, but I do look at it like that, especially after I seen that documentary in UFC about these people cutting weight and how the UFC now has a mandatory medical team on standby when you cut weight. It is mandatory because of the TJ Dillashaw fight when he moved down to fight Henry Cejudo, and they were going to do the double champ thing. And he had one of the most brutal weight cuts ever caught on camera. The man looked like he was dying. And that week, 2 other fighters had kidney failure and pulled out of the event. That's when the UFC implemented the whole medical shit on standby. Once I saw that, and then I looked into how cutting weight affects your brain and how it affects your organs and everything, I realized, oh yeah, if you don't cut weight and another guy does, you have a massive advantage. So when I saw Ryan did it, I said, bro, he's cheating, bro. I don't care. Now, the only reason why I gave it a pass is because I wanted Devin to lose. I did. Matter of fact, you go back to the live, I said, I hope I'm wrong, right? And when Ryan won, I did the live. I said, I have never been so happy to have been so wrong. It's still up. I was so happy I was wrong, but that's because it was Devin. I still didn't like that Ryan did it. I still didn't like it. I don't like it when any fighter does that. I think it's unprofessional. Look, as much as I like fighters and don't like fighters, I want a fair fight, bro. Okay? I want a fair fight. I don't like uneven fights. I don't like bullies. I don't like snakes. I don't like pussies. I don't like, there's a whole bunch of list of motherfuckers I don't like. I personally like stand-up people, bro. People that show me respect. I show you respect. People that like to play fair. I like that. I don't like motherfuckers that take shortcuts. I don't like lazy people. I don't like pussies. I don't like people that talk shit behind people's back. I don't like flip-floppers. I don't like motherfuckers with avatars that upload dick pics. I don't like illegals. There's a lot of shit I don't like, bro. A lot of shit. But I'm still fair, I believe. I still feel like I tolerate a lot of shit. One thing I don't tolerate is motherfuckers that try to cheat their way in life and in boxing or sports or anything. You cheat because you're weak or you're scared. That's why you cheat. You cheat because you think you need an advantage. Well, if you were confident in yourself, you wouldn't have to do that, would you? It's like liquid courage, right? Some motherfuckers, they get a couple shots in them and now they tough Tony, right? Not realizing that shit is fucking up your senses and your balance and your timing and everything. But without it, they'd be pure pussy. But they don't understand. You're still pussy. You're just pussy that's intoxicated. That's all. I appreciate you, HLD. My bad, man. It don't make it. I mean, I had a bad weekend too, bro. I've been having I almost went to the hospital twice this weekend. Hold on, let me see something. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this the he does look like before I play the video, he does look like what's his name? He does look like what's his name? Michael B. Jordan, right? He does look like him. I'm gonna watch that movie now as soon as I get off of there. Hold on, let me show the video. Hold up. What is going? Oh, my bad. Stop that over there. Share screen. There you go. My bad. I fucked up. All right, y'all can see that, right? Here we go.
Congratulations. Thank you, man.
Hey, before he talks, bro, he is a stand-up dude too, bro. Because he could have, there's plenty of people, bro, out there in real life that they could have did something way different. He's from Philly, you know, and look, man, there's people that he would have got jumped. He could have simply made a phone call. Philly ain't too far from Virginia. He could have, I'm just saying, it could get real ugly, bro. If all you motherfuckers out there that come in here like, stop crying and shit, motherfucker, you ain't never been in the streets in your life, bro. Little shit like this, people can get hurt, bro. And these kids are ignorant, and they're ignorant, and people are quick to use guns and stab these days and shit. This shit could have turned real ugly, and a baby almost got hurt, you dumb fuck. He could have simply called somebody up and said, yo, these dudes try to jump me, bro. I mean, it's just bad for the sport too, all right?
Keith, you want to start? Congratulations on your win, obviously.
Thank you so much.
Can you explain to us what happened after the fight?
Yeah, I was in my locker room and celebrating my victory with my team, and yeah, KeyShawn and his little brother came in and they started looking at me. It's like they saying something about his older brother, like they was mad, and he like grabbed me, pushed me back. I'm like grabbing his hand. He like moved his head towards my head, you know, felt like a little.
So you bumped heads?
Yeah, he like headbutted me.
Headbutted
me.
Oh, okay.
Can I see that?
KeyShawn did?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, hey, look, you know what's so fucked up too? They're gonna get on this kid. Some people are gonna be ignorant out there. You're gonna have a group of people saying, look, he a snitch. Watch. You're gonna have a group of people out here that's gonna be real ignorant saying, this motherfucker snitched. Those are the same people living in their mother's basement, just to let you know. So when you see any of these guys out here trying to act like what KeyShawn Davis did is cool and this guy snitching, just remember those dudes smoke crack in their mother's basement, because you'll be seeing that.
So yeah, that's what happened.
Any words between you and them after the fight?
Let me go back real quick. My bad, because I interrupted.
With my team, and yeah, KeyShawn and his little brother came in and they started looking at me. It's like they saying something about his older brother, like they was mad, and he like grabbed me, pushed me back. I'm like grabbing his hand. He like moved his head towards my head, you know, felt like a little.
So you bumped heads?
Yeah, He like headbutted me. Yeah, he like headbutted me.
No.
And you can see the mark right there.
Okay.
Can I see that?
KeyShawn did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what happened.
Any words between you and them after the fight that might have led to this incident?
No, actually, like I said, I was in the locker room. Their locker room is right next door to mine. So I guess they heard like us like happy and all that kind of stuff, and they came in and yeah, started trouble.
Did anyone?
And before I continue, like I said, when you go back and look at the other angles, right? And I'm gonna continue this in a second. When you go back and you look at the other angles of the because they got it, somebody uploaded it. I gotta find it. It's on the YouTube short. There's a different angle. Because when he's when they're trying to refs grabbing him, right? This is what I was trying to tell you. When the ref grabbed him and tried to get him to, you know how when the guy, you know how some refs they take the winner and they try to get him to kind of like go with the loser, like, hey, yeah, hug or whatever, right? He grabs Nahir like this, he grabs him by his glove and he turns around, and when you turn around, you see the whole KeyShawn family with their backs turned. They don't even want to acknowledge, just like if you lost in a game, you don't even want to acknowledge shaking hands. Whole back is turned, right? Somebody got a cell phone camera from the opposite angle of when that is happening. When that's happening, you see KeyShawn's brother like all embarrassed, and you see KeyShawn, you see the now I don't know the taller one. I don't know if he's the younger KeyShawn brother. I don't know, but he had the hoodie on, right? He the one that looked like the one that's on Demon Time, right? He just like, I don't know, he looked like he about to like fucking explode or some shit. You see KeyShawn talking to his brother like, nah, it's all good. And he's going like this. He's got his hands like this. He's like, nah, it's all good, bro. We gonna, like, you know, like we gonna take care of it. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean? Maybe he's gonna get a rematch. I don't know. Maybe KeyShawn's gonna challenge him. I don't know. That's when I knew some shit was gonna happen. You know, this poor guy had no idea. Straight ghetto-ness trash, bro.
One punch you or anything, or was it just a headbutt?
Yeah, just to grab and the headbutt.
Why do you think they would do this?
I mean, they upset that their brother lost, and yeah.
Have you ever?
Poor sportsmanship.
Have you
Now,
heard something like this before? Have you ever seen or heard of something like
I
this?
never been through this. I never seen no one go through this. Yeah.
So how did the altercation end? Who ended it?
My coaches like grabbed them, and then I think security came in and grabbed them.
there's a video of KeyShawn like trying to charge again. Was there like a second time, or was there like
That was my older brother.
that was your older brother?
Yeah, my older brother, because he was trying to talk to them like that was unprofessional and things like that. And yeah.
Oh, damn, yo, the video that we saw is the second altercation with KeyShawn. Unbelievable. That ain't even the first one. That's the second one. This is after they jumped the kid. After they jumped the kid, he's trying to leave. He's in the hallway. And then his older brother says to KeyShawn, hey, man, that shit was unprofessional. He tried to do it again. I'm telling you, bro, they should let go. I'm telling you, KeyShawn should get in a lot of trouble for this shit, bro. I thought that was the only time. So the shit we saw on video is after they done fucking did. This shit is trash behavior. Trash-like behavior, bro.
It just got crazy.
Was there anyone on his team that
My
was
older
trying to,
brother name is Terrence Brown.
Terrence Brown.
Yeah.
was there anyone on his team that was trying to help like break it up or prevent it from happening? Like I saw some coaches, I think maybe.
Yeah, I think Kelvin was trying to break it up.
Yeah, the one that you beat.
Yeah, the one that I beat. I think he was trying to break it up.
Do you feel like it kind of took something away from how you went, or you're cool?
I mean, it's definitely kind of, it's a little unfortunate, but nothing could take away, you know, the feeling of being a champion tonight. I ain't gonna let nothing ruin my night.
Bro, he looked like a good brother too, man. What the man? He looked like a good dude. Unsportsmanlike Honda, man. I don't know, man. It just disgusts me. That's all, bro. It disgusts me, man. I don't know, man. If you grew up doing, look, this guy right here, just so y'all know, this guy right here, EQ, he was at my father's funeral. Okay, for y'all that don't know, he found me online about a couple, what was it, like last month or something like that. He was like one of the only 2 out of my friends that my father, before he got killed, that my father actually said, like, yo, I love him. I think he would be there for you and shit like that. So he's known me for a long time. I know his family. We've done some cruddy shit growing up, bro. Shit that I won't even say. Just some fucked up shit. And I'm telling you, you get to a point in your life when you look back and you go, damn, I can't believe I was like that. And that's why a lot of this behavior disgusts me. And it's even worse because it's like you get paid to fight. And that's not the main event I wanted to see. And I'm pretty sure Top Ranks lost a lot of money. Yeah, Albright, right? He does. He does. Hey, yo, man, when you go back to the original video of when it was the breaking news, right? If you go back to it, I felt bad for him. Because you know the stigma of snitching and the stigma of opening up your mouth, right? You could tell by his face he didn't even want to say anything. But the guy with the microphone, I forgot his name, he's like, you didn't have that mark on your head. He's like, you just fought. I don't remember you. When did you, he said, did you get hit with a punch? And nah, I didn't. Nah. Then he said, be honest, did KeyShawn and them do this to you? And you should, he paused. He didn't even want to say anything, but then he was like, fuck it. They're going to find out anyway. I mean, he didn't do nothing wrong, man. I mean, and he won the fight, bro. I'm telling you, man, they're going to be clowning KeyShawn, bro. They're going to be clowning him. The only ones that are going to be like, I don't know. All I'm telling you is this. If you see anybody out here on YouTube calling this kid a snitch and saying shit like, come on, bro, this the fight game. Stop, man up. I mean, they're just a cruddy individual, bro. They're the ones that go into the old lady's pocketbooks and shit when she turns around to fucking pay for her groceries. They're the ones like swiping shit out your wallet, just cruddy ass individuals, because the shit is so uncalled for. And on top of that, you should be mad at KeyShawn. I'm a fan of KeyShawn, and I don't like what the fuck he did this whole weekend. Everything he did was unprofessional. Didn't even attempt to make weight. That shit alone had me tight. That shit alone had me tight. I'm still upset with Ryan that he did that shit with Devin, but it's Devin, so I'm being a hypocrite. It was Devin, so I let it go because I kind of really wanted to see Devin lose. So he kind of gets a little pass, but still, like I said, bro, you got to look at the cruddy like behavior. If you don't even attempt to make weight in a sport where everything, when you are elite and you are a champion, or you might say, well, this guy is not elite. Okay, in the pros, people are professional fighters. They get paid to actually inflict violence on other people. All these little things count. Taking these shortcuts, right? Instead of putting in the hard work, instead of doing the longer workouts, the eating right, cutting weight correctly. No, they want to take shortcuts, PEDs. Don't do the weight cut. I won't cut weight. Maybe the other guy will go on with the fight, right? De Los Santos, salute to him and his team, because he could have gotten seriously hurt. He was already coming off a layoff and had a blood clot. So now you got KeyShawn, who comes in at 140, like almost 140, right? What was it 139 points, 4 point something pounds overweight? And it's pure muscle too. It ain't like he was all flabby. Pure muscle. That's cutting. That's shortcuts to me. That's basically saying I don't got to cut weight. And like I said, that is the closest thing to taking PEDs without taking PEDs. That weight cut takes so much out of you. So he didn't even attempt to do that. Dancing on the scale like an idiot. Main event gets canceled. I'm pissed off about that already. And then you do this shit. And then come to find out the video that we see you doing that wasn't even the first time. That's the second time. Shout out to Nahir Albright, bro. I'm a fan of this kid, bro. I'm a fan of this kid.
I'm the new champion.
Talk about your execution during the fight, because you were like landing those big right hands over the course of the fight. Like, from
is that what it's being reported? Which, hold on, hey, you got to make it clear which Davis we talking about. We talking about Gervonta or KeyShawn? Anytime I see Davis and arrested, I'm thinking you talking about Gervonta. Who are you talking about, buddy?
From early rounds, like from round 2 on, and that kind of carried what you were able to do as far as like winning rounds.
Yeah, we practiced that in training camp over and over, and it worked. It worked tonight. Once I saw it working, I capitalized on that.
Did you hear the scorecards? And if you did, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought 95 was crazy, but I was.
KeyShawn, you're saying KeyShawn Davis got arrested? Let me see.
Hoping that they wouldn't rob me, and they got it right. So
talk to us about that right hand that you seem to land over and over again. You kind of dipped left low a little bit and threw it over the top. Was that something you were practicing in camp?
Yeah, I definitely was practicing that with my coach over and over, and we executed it tonight.
Would there be a potential?
Game plan to pursue legally after what happened today? I mean, you're gonna.
I have to talk to my team, and we'll see what we're going to do.
Would this potentially set up? I know it sounds silly, but a rematch, because I know you fought KeyShawn and he's moving up. You're at 140.
Yeah, that's definitely an option. I definitely want to get it popping in the ring.
You sparred Edwin De Los Santos for this training camp.
Yeah.
What did you think of his chances? You fought KeyShawn, you sparred Edwin. What did you think his chances are before the fight got canceled?
Honestly, I think it would have been like a competitive fight. I'm not sure who the winner would be, but it would have been competitive.
He sparred De Los Santos. Oh shit. Hey, you know what? I like this kid, man. I like this kid.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a 135 pounder. This is your second fight at 140. You started your career at 140. You didn't like it. How did you feel tonight?
I felt strong. I felt great. I felt fast. I felt elusive. 140.
Yeah, I think you might have got trolled, brother.
Any message for the people back home in Philly?
He should get arrested. He should, but I mean, he probably won't. But realistically, let's be realistic. As much as I would like to think Top Rank will get rid of him, they probably won't. And I'll tell you why. Top Rank is losing some fight. I'm not going to say a lot of talent, but they're losing some fighters. I'm not sure. I know Loma retired. He's a big name on there, always a big name on there. I know the fighters that actually bring in sales, like, mind you, when it comes to sales, it's not just your record. Like Cambosis, every time he fights in Australia, or I don't know, they kind of gave up on him. But when he fights, there's a lot of people watching, right? But still, Loma retired. Shakur went with Eddie Hearn, right? So Shakur went with Eddie Hearn. I don't even know how long Tio will be there. So KeyShawn is a commodity. But then again, Bob Arum is 90-something years old. And one thing I've always said about Bob Arum is the one thing I like about Bob Arum is he doesn't even know if he's going to live tomorrow. So that old man does not hold back. Even though he may not be the one in charge, he's still the face. And how do I know he's still the face? Because when he was at the press conference with Abdullah Mason and KeyShawn Davis, they were asking Bob the question. So Bob, regardless of his labeled position, he's still the face and has a lot of pull as far as what can be done. And That man does not hold his tongue at all. So, but I do know that there should be some punishment for this. And yeah, somebody brought it up. Somebody brought it up earlier when the live started. I do remember that with Darrell. I remember that fight. Whoever brought that up, I remember that. When Andre Darrell, was it Andre Darrell? Was it Andre Darrell? I think it was. When somebody kept punching him in the balls, remember? He kept getting hit in the balls, and then the other fighter, his uncle or somebody in his corner, went over and just two-pieced him. But it's rare. It's rare. Y'all do know there was a boxer that got like 7 years in prison, right? This was a long time ago. It's one of the most famous, like you can still see it on YouTube. It's the fight where the guy was getting his ass whooped the whole fight. The whole fight. He was getting his ass towed up. And then after the fight was over, he took his gloves off and went up to the guy as if he was going to say, hey, good fight, and then just cocked him and knocked the dude right out. The dude went sleeping. They charged him. He got banned from boxing, and he went to prison. Now, this isn't that serious, but it's this stuff shouldn't happen. Look, man, you get paid to fight. And it goes to show you the mentality, too. That's, to me, I don't know about y'all. I don't know how other people look at this, but it's more embarrassing for me. Like if I had, like, I have an older brother, right? If I lost a fight, if it was boxing and we get paid, if I had an older brother and I lost a fight, and I don't even know if KeyShawn's the older brother or the younger brother, I don't know. He's just one of the brothers, right? But if I lost a fight, the last thing I would ever want is my brother to go attack the dude that beat my ass. I would feel like the biggest pussy, bro. I would be like, no, bro. Let me get a rematch. I'll get another. You know what I mean? Like, you made him look more of a pussy right now, bro. You made your whole family look fucking crazy. No, I meant it's not that serious as that incident I was talking about. The guy he hit, the guy had like he almost killed the guy. That's what I'm referring to, the incident where the guy was getting beat up the whole fight. It was a long time ago too, man. We're talking, man. That was a long. I forgot the guy's name, but I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it. You go on YouTube and type in I think guy loses boxing fight and then sucker punches his opponent or something like that, and you'll see it. But that's what I mean. Like, it's not that serious as in the effect. The guy seriously got hurt. Like, this guy fought him the whole fight and he couldn't land a punch on him. Like, the guy's defense was good and everything. I mean, the guy he just won by a mile. The other guy was so fucking upset. He took his gloves off and went up to him like he was going to say, hey, good fight. And then just hit him as hard as he could. He snuck him. And the dude got caught, fell back. His trainer was holding him, and the dude was convulsing a little bit. Yeah, they banned that dude from boxing, and he went to prison. So it's not that serious, but still, yes, it is serious, though. You're right, because there was a baby there. There was a baby in the hallway. The shit is uncalled for. And it's just crazy. Just the other day, I was just praising KeyShawn. Like I said, it don't take away from what I think he is in the ring, but it don't matter. This shit disgusts me, and I'm pissed off, and he didn't make weight, and the main event got canceled, and your brother lost, and y'all all act like some fucking street hooligan trash shit. And you see this kid right here, when they asked him, has this ever happened to you before? Now, just imagine, this kid, he's from Philly, right? He's from where Boots is at and all them other guys. And imagine all the amateur fights they've been to and all the shit. Have you ever seen anything like this? He said, never. 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 Never, never, never. And he said what prompted them to come over to him. It ain't even like this kid was talking shit. He said their locker room is next to mine. So when I got back to the locker room, we're doing what people do, right? What do? We cheer, right? So that's what he said. Look at what he said. He said their locker room was next to mine. Because they're asking him, like, so what? Because they're trying to find out, like, well, did you say something to him? Did you do something to him? He's like, no, I didn't do anything. And like I said, I'm going to find, you know what, man? When I get off here, I'm going to get my history, my YouTube history. And like I said, there's a person who uploaded it already on YouTube, or I don't even know if it was X or not. But they had their phone, and they were in the crowd filming upwards. And this was when the ref was grabbing Albright's glove to kind of like go touch gloves with Davis, to kind of like, you know, just be like, hey man, good fight, good sportsmanlike, right? And like I said, when he turned around and he looked at the Davis corner, the whole fucking family had their back turned. Like they didn't even want to acknowledge him, shake hands, nothing. Somebody had the phone on the other side like this, and it shows KeyShawn like with his hands in his fist like this and shit. And his other brother with the hoodie up looking like, yeah, we're gonna get him in the back. Like crazy, bro. Wild ass motherfuckers, bro. So now, you know what's crazy too is Crawford. They asked Crawford. I did y'all see the video with Crawford with what he said in regards to KeyShawn Davis making weight or not? I didn't see that. But isn't Bomac their trainer? That's the Crawford camp right now. This doesn't reflect on Crawford because even though Crawford has done some cruddy shit, I like Terrence Bud Crawford, and I think Terrence Bud Crawford is a stand-up guy. So this doesn't reflect on him, but it's still, you know, because you're responsible for your own actions. It still doesn't look right though. You know what I mean? Like if I was the coach or if I was the cut man in somebody's corner and they did some crazy shit, it don't reflect on me. I'm just the cut man. But it still don't look right. Still don't look right. And besides, it ain't Bomac's job to fucking babysit this guy anyway, man. You a grown ass man. What is Bomac supposed to? Is Bomac supposed to follow him back to the locker room, making sure, hey, make sure you don't go over there and jump the motherfucker? Nah. Did y'all hear what Tim Bradley said? You hear what Tim Bradley said? Hey, yo, you know what's so weird, man? What is this world coming to, man? What is this world coming to? Like, this goes to show you, like, you change as life goes on. Like I've actually the last month or two, I've actually started to agree with some of the shit that Tim Bradley is saying. Like, what is going on, man? This world is gonna end soon, bro. This world's gonna end soon. I never thought I would agree with Tim Bradley, but he's been making a lot of sense with a lot of things lately. A lot of things. He made sense with the Devin Haney thing. He said with this KeyShawn thing, he was like, look, man, people want to condone that. They can condone that, but I got morals. And he's like, I'm not a fan. Like, basically with KeyShawn, like, I'm not a fan of that, bro. Like, I got morals, and this shit looks bad. And I'm a fighter. I'm a former fighter. And I ain't never thought of doing no shit like that. And he's like, it's disgusting. And on top of that, he missed weight on purpose. Like, as a fan, you should be upset, though, at least. In the least. Look, at the end of the day, bro, whether we like each other or not, because I know a lot of y'all, some of y'all don't like me. I don't like half y'all pussies anyway, that the ones that troll me. But at the end of the day, we should all like boxing, though. You know what I mean? Like, we should all have wanted to see KeyShawn fight today. Whether you don't like him and you want to see him get knocked out, or you like him and you want to see him win, or you just want to see an extra fight. Like we all win, bro. When somebody just clearly misses weight on purpose and just the main event is gone, like, bro, I don't like that shit, bro. It's just, look, I got just as mad when I was like actually picking Devin Haney. Can't believe that came out of my mouth. That's why I struggled to say it. But yeah, I picked Devin Haney after all that time. I was like, bro, I got him knocking out Ramirez because I really wanted him to win and I really wanted to see the rematch with Ryan Garcia. So when this motherfucker fights Ramirez like he's scared as hell, that pissed me off. I wish I can get my 90 minutes back, bro. The only thing KeyShawn could do that would make me feel okay is if his next fight he's to beat up Richardson Hitchens, because I don't like him either. Antoine Russell, he's cool. I like him. Yeah, I fuck with Antoine Russell. I like him. But I don't know if let me see what X is saying, because they could give him hey, do you think can they suspend him? Can they suspend KeyShawn? Because technically it wasn't in the ring. You see what I'm saying? But it was still on property. Like, I'm just saying, like, I'm thinking that now. I'm actually thinking, can they actually suspend him for this? Let me see what Top Rank is saying on X. Bruh, don't tell me this shit, bro. I go on. Look at this. This is the shit I'm talking about, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Hold on. This is the shit I'm talking about right here. I go on X, right? I go on X, trying to find fucking if Top Rank has suspended KeyShawn, right? And I see shit like this. I mean, you know, bro, it's a brand new year. It's 2025, bro. The fucks I've ever given are gone. I give no fucks no more. I don't hold my tongue back or nothing. I've been going at all these dudes since the beginning of 2025. I'm changing my whole character, bro, because being nice don't get you nowhere. So that's what I'm saying, bro. Just leave me the fuck alone. But I go on X right here to go look at, see if, look at this motherfucker right here, bro. BTFB, how is the undefeated champion ranked behind a fighter that refuses to fight him? In beat number 1, Cambosis. Oh, okay. Well, let me help you out there. Let me help you out, BTFB. How about because Devin's best win is against Cambosis? Because I think Loma beat him. And he ran like a bitch against Jose Ramirez. Ran for his dear life, bro. Matter of fact, for y'all that probably didn't see it, yeah, this is the shit I keep. And shout out to HLD for sending me these shits, bro. Because I actually clipped this and I enjoy watching it now. If anybody, I don't want to show the personal messages, so I'll go back. But let me just show him right here. Yeah, there you go. I'll show you right here. If BTFB, if you in there, are we still a whole 30 channel BTFB? I'll answer this for you right now. So you said, how is Devin Haney rated behind Tank Davis? Oh, it's simple. It's because of shit like this right here.
A whole 30 seconds in front of the man ain't throw nothing. He's so worried about not getting hit. I think Devin still think Ryan in there.
Are we still watching the hangover from the Garcia nightmare a year ago?
I don't know what we watching right now.
Still having nightmares from, the rocket left hooks that put him on the canvas. Counting the number of seconds it takes for a punch to be thrown. Maybe they're perfectly happy to let Haney do his footwork exhibition all night long and not throw punches. Maybe getting to the point of the fight now where he might need a baseball bat. We could buy him a bat or a tennis racket. If ever a fight was capable of inducing a snooze, this might be it.
I know nobody better not jump on the top rope.
Just embarrassing, bro. Yeah, that's why, bro. That maybe that got something to do with it, bro. That's a pure example of why I'm upset. Because I actually look, man, at the end of the day, I like boxing, bro. Like I'm actually a real fan of this shit. Like, so yeah, shit bothers me. I take time out of my life. I believe in God, but we only got one life here on planet Earth. So when I sit down and I watch a fight, I'm not saying it got to be rock'em sock'em. Hell no. I love the art of stick and move and not get hit. I love that shit. But a lot of the dudes that stick and move and not get hit, the greats, they had a great offense and they could still knock you out. I watch boxing because it's exciting. It's violence, right? But you don't have to knock somebody out. Shit, you could look real smooth and cool, man. Just piecing somebody up for all 12 rounds. Hardly get touched. I still enjoy it. Exciting fight. And when I see shit like running for dear life or motherfuckers that don't even make weight and then I can't even watch the fight now, yeah, that shit pisses me off. Yeah. Look, man, I got a couple minutes left, bro. If somebody wants to come on and say anything about this fucking circus that happened tonight, go ahead. Or if any of them dudes that was talking shit before, I already know I'm wasting my time. Just know I'm gonna authenticate you. All right? So just stop, bro. Stop. And for them dudes that do what they do, bro, just leave me the fuck alone, bro. Just leave me alone, bro. You see, I don't give a fuck about any other channels. I'll be name dropping like a motherfucker, bro. Just leave me alone, bro. Just don't watch me. Go do you. Go do what the fuck you do. Hold on 1 second. The card. What the results? Hold on. Yo, who won the UFC? Didn't know O'Malley fight? Okay, well, I'm looking at the results for tonight's card, the whole thing, because I saw the KeyShawn, I saw his brother fight, and I even missed the Abdullah Mason. I was so, man, the moment he missed weight, it threw me the whole night. The whole night threw me off, bro. It just threw me off. I don't know, man, because look, there was still some weird shit going on too. And because Albright clearly beat KeyShawn Davis' brother, he clearly beat him. Clearly. And they still try to rob him, bro. They still try to rob him. That's a little bit concerning too. That's a little bit concerning, don't you think? The first judge had it 95-90. Like, what was he watching, bro? I gave the last 2 rounds to KeyShawn Davis' brother. purely based off the fact that Albright couldn't keep his arms up. He was so exhausted. Bro, did you see the punches he was throwing in the last round? He was I was kind of laughing, bro. I don't mean to laugh, bro. I mean, but he was like this. He was doing a little when they were holding each other, literally like this. I'm not bullshitting you. He literally was doing what I'm doing right now. That's how hard his punches were. He literally was so exhausted. Like, those punches were so weak, they shouldn't even count. They shouldn't even count. So based off that alone, I gave the last 2 rounds to KeyShawn Davis, brother. Based on those 2 rounds. That's it. Other than that, let's see. Oh, man, I can't do it. I can't do it. The last time I showed anything with Top Rank or just anything specifically, even a highlight, tried to take my fucking channel down, bro. I'm not even a big channel. I don't know why they do that. I really need to look into this whole fair use shit because I still don't understand it. How can you strike somebody when you're putting the highlights yourself on the channel? Can somebody explain that to me? I don't get that. I get it if I took the fight and you didn't upload the fight. I'm taking the highlights you're putting on your own channel, and I'm literally just showing a clip of it. And they strike me trying to say that doesn't make any sense. Like, is there a way around that? Because like, I thought fair use is I could show your shit as long as I acknowledge that I'm not just showing your shit. According to what fair use is I'm supposed to make it clear, give credit, and make it clear that I'm adding on to it or I'm changing it. I'm not just going, here, y'all, here's Top Rank and Shakur Stevenson and blah, 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 hit play and just walk off the fucking camera. No, you're supposed to be like, yo, this comes from this channel and I'm going to do commentary. I thought that's what it is. Is it the same shit, bro? Oh, man. How you doing? The link is no good like that. Well, bro, this shit is weird, man. I don't know what I don't think I could change that HOD once I'm in here too. I don't think I could change it once I'm in here. You know what? Hold on 1 second. Let me see something. That's the second time that happened, bro. That's the second time. I can't stand StreamYard at all. I cannot stand StreamYard. $50 a month, bro. $50 a month. And the links don't even work, bro. Who won? Sergeant, who won? Who won the O'Malley fight, bro? Did he win? Did he beat Marab? That's the only one I care about, really. Who won that fight? Get the fuck out of here. He did. That's it. He's done, bro. He's done. He's done. You want to talk about manufactured champion HOD? That's a manufactured champion, bro. O'Malley. Hold on. Let me see if this link will work. Hold up. What is it saying when you click the link, HOD? What is it saying? Is it saying it's old? Hold on 1 second. I could be able to fix it. Hold on. StreamYard says I'm using old links. And invite links, right? Yeah, old invite links. Okay, hold on. Okay, this is what it says, HOD. Check it out. So I don't know how I'm doing this, but this is what it says. It says, it appears you are encountering a message from StreamYard indicating that you are using old invite links. Now, How am I using an old this is a brand new stream. You are using an old invite link. StreamYard states that the guest invite links actually do not expire. However, the same link cannot be reused to rejoin the studio after a stream or recording ends. Well, then there's no way, bro. Because I ended the stream the last time I did a live. I did not, this has not been recording for like 3 days or nothing like that. So something is not right here, bro. Let me try this again. What did I do last time? Honestly, I just got pissed off and I ended the stream and I started another one. And then when you saw the second time I came back, you still couldn't join. So I ended it a third time. When I came back the third time, then you was able to join. This not me, bro. This shit is pissing me off too. This is like, hold on a second. Hold on. I don't know. Try it again, brother. See what it says. Already, if it didn't work the first time, it ain't gonna work a second time, bro. Man, this is some bullshit, bro. I'm now. I mean, I don't even know how to fix it, HOD, because according to this, I'm using old links. How can I use an old link if I ended the stream? This is I don't control the links. It ain't like they give me a link and I'm like, oh, I'll throw this one out. No, I end the stream. I start a new one. I hit share. It never did it before. The 2 years I've been using StreamYard, it's never done this before. Right. You're not understanding me, brother. I don't even know how I fixed it. I'm trying to tell you. I've been using StreamYard for 2 years, HOD. How many times have I dropped the link for you? I've done nothing different. I hit end stream. I start a new stream. Now it's saying the streams that the links I'm giving are old, but according to this, they don't even expire. I don't know, bro. But it's frustrating. It's frustrating because I paid $50 for this piece of crap software, bro. I'm done with this, bro. I'm done. This is my last month. I'm out. I need to find some. If somebody got something better than StreamYard, tell me, bro. I'm done. I ain't dealing with this no more. I can't even invite people, bro. And if I gotta invite people, I gotta end my live, bro, and start a new one. Hold on. If I'm streaming, hold on. If I'm streaming, I got an idea. If I'm streaming on my YouTube channel, right? Can't I drop a link through YouTube? Huh? If I'm streaming StreamYard through, hold on. This is an experiment right here. I'm already on YouTube, right? Through StreamYard. So what if I try to drop a link? Can I drop links through YouTube? I don't know, bro. I gotta fix it when I'm done, bro. I don't know. Let me try one last thing. Hold on. Let me try one last thing. HOD. Okay, wait a second. I might be able to do something here. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I don't know if that's going to be any different, but try this, HOD. Try that. I don't know if it'll be any different, but I went through another way. If that works, that'll be crazy. If that works, that'll be crazy, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro. If that works, that'll be crazy, bro. What you told me shit? Yo,
I just told you in the chat. Look in the chat. I said if it ends with the 22 YQE5JRS, it's an old one.
HOD, hold on, somebody's here. Hold on, I don't know who this is. Hold on. Okay, yep, I got him. He's out of here. There you go.
Yeah, I told you that if it ended with, if you look in the, I said if the link ends with S22YQE5JRS, it's an old one.
Yeah.
Now the one that you just dropped, look at it's a 7ABFV. That's a new link. You see? And so that's what I'm saying. So whatever.
No. You want to know how I got around it? You know what's so funny? One of them gay dudes try to do the old thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's so stupid. He put it up on the screen before I didn't even have to try to block him. He's so dumb. You
know that crew that was on your panel and I sent you a message?
Yeah.
And I told you, yo, these motherfuckers, they all about that shit.
Yeah.
I bet you those are the motherfuckers, bro.
Bro, you know what I don't understand? Like, these dudes are really gay.
Bro,
no, I'm dead serious. Like, you know what type of person it takes?
They're the opposite of BFPT shit, bro. They're the opposite of that motherfucker.
No. As a man, and I hope they're listening. As a man.
No, it's bitches.
Hold on, just let me say this. Do you know how gay you gotta be, bro? Because you should have seen what he just tried to show. He literally goes on Google, types in dicks, and searches for one. So there's like multiple dicks in his face, like it is every day in real life, but this is just online. And then he's just looking for the right one, and then he uploads it. Here he is again, uploads it. And his title is Death to Puerto Ricans. That's how you know he's an illegal Mexican. I'm dead ass. He just came back.
And that's sad, man, because you know what? We rock with everyone. You know what I mean? You know what?
Hey, you gotta echo, bro. Hey,
look, I just turned it on.
I rock. Look, man. I rock with the legal Mexicans. You see, that's the shit I'm talking about. That's exactly
I rock with illegal Mexicans too.
That's exactly why I said the ISIS shit earlier. You want to know why? And I'm gonna make it clear right now. Since I've started my channel, have I had some black dudes come on here and be racist? Of course. I've even had a couple whites. I've had a Puerto Rican come on here acting crazy during the Belanga fight.
Oh yeah, that HLB motherfucker, that Puerto Rican.
No. But seriously, no. I want to say this because this is the God's honest truth, bro. Out of everybody, the most disrespectful motherfuckers that's been towards me has been them, and I've shown nothing but respect, bro.
Yeah, but
I'm at a point where I'm like, good. I hope you don't like me because I don't like you.
Just be careful the way you say it. The way you say the because look, man, it's not all illegal Mexicans. There's a lot of good people.
Not all of them, but the ones that are doing it are them, bro. Why? Look, he said death to Puerto Ricans. Like, I don't give a fuck. Anyway, bro, let's just move on, bro.
Yeah, let's move on from that, bro. I don't really care.
I'm just telling you, I don't like you motherfuckers. I don't like any one of
It's that particular group that I told you that
I don't even want them here, bro. Like,
yeah, I get it.
The fact that they watch me is kind of
that's why I warned you.
I don't like gay people watching me, bro. It makes me feel uncomfortable, bro. It really does.
They're weird, man.
Makes me uncomfortable. Go ahead, but anyway, go ahead, bro.
They're weird.
Oh look, before you say anything, this is how I fixed it. So obviously, when I'm in here and I hit the share link, right?
Yeah.
That's not working. In order for me to, but now I know how to fix it, which is good. The best way for me to do it is when I'm about to share the link, I actually generate it's stupid. I do a duplicate page, go into StreamYard like I'm signing in, and then I generate the link from there. But anyway, that's how I fix it. But
That's kind of weird, maybe.
It is.
Right? Maybe it's wanting you to, when you like finish the stream, to log off, and then when you log back in, it starts new. I don't know. I don't know anything about this, so I couldn't tell you. So what a fucked up week, bro. For this. Hey, I tell you what, man. Teofimo looks like a sane, normal dude, bro. That just needs to get paid, and that's it. You froze? Oh.
No, I hear you. What's going on with Tio?
I'm just saying, dude. Crazy ass week, but shit, Tio looking normal to me right now. He just needs to get paid properly, and that's all his issues are. Simple as that.
Oh, yo, by the way, you probably already knew this or whatever, right? But so Tio had came out and said that he had never signed anything with Devin to begin with.
Well, yeah, didn't you see me on me interviewing Tio?
No,
on Space.
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
But the only reason why I'm telling you is because this is like when it first came out. I remember
it was Cat.
I remember Tycho came here, and shout out to Tycho, but Tycho was like, "Yo, I'm scared for Tio, like, they're gonna rob him over in Saudi or something like that." And I was like, "Well, is the fight on?" Because I'm like, I don't see it. And he was like, "No, they got a poster." And I'm like, "Well, I mean, I saw a couple channels talk about it, but I mean, for me, that doesn't really."
They did a hit job, bro, and that's what I was on top. I was the only motherfucker on top of it because boxing scene came out and said that it's a signed deal, August 16th, Tio and Devin Haney.
Right.
And then everybody ran with it, but here, let me put. I'm the only one who can't. Bro, I knew it was Cat. Tio didn't agree to sign. Tio didn't agree to shit. But that was Bill Haney buying this channel. Boxing scene is banned from Turkey events. So why are they the ones breaking a story to begin with?
Hey, you know what? Hold on. You know what? I just thought of something, and you're right. Let me calm down because you're right with what you said earlier. Just real quick before I forget.
Go ahead, Papa.
You're absolutely right. Now, I don't mean that towards. There's Mexicans people that now that I calm down, think about it, there's a lot of Mexicans that support me, bro. So I'm not talking to y'all, bro.
It's not even about supporting.
No. I want to make it clear because I feel bad. And that's just how the person that I am. But I know the group of people that I'm talking about. I know who they are. Is all I'm saying. And I've never said anything, bro. But it gets to a point where I'm like, I'm just sick and tired of it. You know what I mean? But
no,
I just wanted to take that back and make it clear.
Yeah. Good.
I ain't racist, bro. But
Good.
I will call ISIS on those motherfuckers. But go
well,
ahead.
yeah, and the mother, we don't get. We call the cops on any motherfucker who's a piece of shit or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? But because I do know, I got deep love for mi gente mexicana, especially the hardworking illegals that come, to this country, and I know the struggle. I hear the stories, and I got nothing but admiration. Now, do we got pieces of shit in all of our races? Yes, we do, man. We got pieces of shit.
I think Berlanga's a piece of shit.
I mean, you got them in all types, right? But Berlanga's a piece of shit in what? In the business of boxing?
Which one was the Puerto Rican fighter that got caught with a tranny?
That was your number one guy, bro. Josue Vargas.
No.
That was your boy, bro.
Your favorite fighter.
Your childhood hero, Josue
Vargas. When it happened, I remember you was crying. You was like, no.
That was the same motherfucker that got knocked out by Jose Cepeda, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's him too, bro.
Yo, matter of fact, I remember when me and you were both cheering that he got knocked out.
Nobody believed it like that. These guys are capping.
Hell, I didn't like what he did either.
Yeah, bro, I was pissed, bro.
Yeah. Whatever.
We hit in the chat and whoever's hearing, bro. There's no. You guys don't even have to apologize or anything like that. Or we got stupid people in all our races. I know Puerto Ricans that are assholes towards Mexicans because they're just ignorant and dumb. You know what I mean? We just got to call that out for whoever it is. You know what I mean? It just don't worry about that, bro. I'm not on that topic. Where you go, Shadow? Oh, there you
What's
go.
going on with that? So Tio. So wait.
I'm just saying.
So wait. This let me ask you and tell me if I'm correct. So this is what I sort of get from the whole situation, right? And then we'll go back to KeyShawn Davis, right? So from my understanding, from what I saw Tio say, is this: Tio had a 2 or 3 fight deal or whatever it was, and let me finish, and then you could just correct what I'm telling you what I think. So he had like a 2 or 3 fight deal with Turkey or something like that, and one of them involved Boots. Okay, and that's why we already knew that they were promoting this, and when the Ring magazine was talking about Tio and Boots, right? So that's how we know that that's what Turkey wanted, right? So then when the Boots fight didn't come to fruition, Devin Haney's name came up, and then
Bill Haney forced that with the media to come up.
Well, let me finish first, and then you can fix anything. I'm just telling you what I think, and then you can just fix it or whatever. So I'm telling you what I saw. So then somehow Devin Haney's name gets brought up, right? And now Tio, there, from my understanding, when Tio did the whole dictator shit, like dictator, because that pissed me off. I'm like, why are you picking fights with the guy that's gonna fund this fight? And then people ran with that other channels and was like, look, Tio's ducking. He picked up, like BTFB. He said Tio picked a fight with Turkey on purpose to avoid Devin Haney. Well, I knew that didn't make sense because it's like, wait a second, he gonna fight Boots, right? But he's scared to fucking fight Devin so bad he's gonna pick a fight with Turkey. So that didn't make sense. But then come to find out what Tio said was, no, he was going to pay me a certain amount, but when it was Devin, now he's saying he doesn't want to pay me that. And so that's why I did the whole dictator. That I never signed the fight, and other people were saying that I signed the fight. That's from my understanding. Now, did I get everything correct? That's what I understood.
All right, so let's go back to. So 2 weeks ago, it became official with Ryan Garcia really not wanting to fight Devin Haney.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like kind of like Rolly was pushing, right? Hey, you guys can fight. I don't give a fuck. And that's what Bill Haney wanted to do. He wanted, because they already signed contracts for that, and it was for big money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Upwards of 20 for Devin Haney and 30 for Ryan Garcia. But Ryan Garcia said, fuck it, and Oscar De La Hoya said, fuck it, we don't want that. Now, in between that, Tio has already been, hey, man, we're going to, it's me and Boots next. But then since Bill Haney found out he doesn't have this fight, what he does, he goes onto TBV, he calls all the media, and no, we want to have Tio. We want Tio. What the fuck does Tio want Boots for? And he sabotaged that fight. He had all media saying, oh, I think the better fight is Tio and Devin Haney. When we all know that on May 3rd, nobody was calling for no damn Tio and Devin Haney. We wanted Devin Haney to get the fuck out of the sport for that running shit that he did.
Yeah.
So that fight, then 2 weeks ago, after Tio's pushing, Boots, I mean, we agreed to fight. Money is set, everything's done. And he doesn't say a word, and he's pushing. So finally, Eddie Hearn, after we're struggling, we're still making decisions. He finally comes out that Boots does not want to take the fight.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, Bill Haney's doing all this media shit throughout for the last few weeks up to that point, doing all this media blitz for Tio, and finally when Boots pops out, so now Turkey's left without no fight, really, because he expected Tio and Boots. So he said he just says, okay, so let's see if we can do this Devin Haney and Tio fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like about a week and a half ago, they sent Tio a contract. They asked Tio, would you want to fight him? He said, yeah, I'll fight him. But Tio's in his mind, I signed a contract that my second. This is what the contract said. It's a 3-fight deal. First one was Barboza. Second fight is Boots. And this is how the contract of the wording says. It's not per Tio's mouth. is to fight Boots or a comparable fighter of equal elite status.
How the Boots was $11 million, right?
The Boots was for $11 million.
And we don't know how much Boots purse was, right? Though
Upwards of over 15 million.
I knew it, right? Obviously, you got to get paid more.
Right, he's getting paid more. But
so the point is this: Tio never, and this is from what he said. This
I'm about to get there.
Okay,
I'm about to get
it
there.
seemed like he never signed no Devin Haney.
No, he never signed no deal. You gotta let me finish. I can finish. It's the thing. This is what I'm saying, that it's layers. This is like an onion, and you gotta go layer per layer to understand the whole thing. We can't just jump at one thing at the other because you're never gonna understand it. Yeah, it's a slow process, but if you want to understand shit, you got to go through it. So they sent them Tio said yeah. So when they sent them the contract, bro, they cut the pay in half. And then there was a take it or leave it offer. On top of Devin Haney wants his fight at 145. Tio's the champion at 140. So he's pissed off. Hold on, why are you changing my pay? We already signed the deal that my second fight is for I promoted the fight. I delivered.
What weight did Devin Haney fight Jose Ramirez at?
144.
Okay.
So Tio's like, fuck you. I'm the 140 lineal champion. You want to fight me? You got to fight me at this one. But even beyond that, Turkey, you're breaking your word. You said my fight is for this amount. I delivered. Why am I getting penalized because Ryan Garcia didn't and Devin Haney didn't? Why are you trying to break your word and your contract with me? And so then they told him it's a take it or leave it deal. That's when Tio lashed out improperly. You guys know what it is.
Hold on 1 second. Somebody's here. Hold on 1 second.
Man, fuck that. Make her wait.
No. Hold on. My bad. I didn't even see you in the background, brother. Hold on. Yo.
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 Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Just want to make sure that
turn on the camera. You know him.
I did. I saw the. Hold on, HOD. I got you. Can I hear you?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm just listening in.
Okay, she's good because I saw her with the camera before I started. That's why I said hold on, HOD. I can see in the back before, like I could see a person when they come on the screen. I don't have to show them. I can still see them. That's how I know what the other guy was doing.
Yeah.
I didn't see.
Oh, somebody was doing some weird shit?
Yeah, they were coming up here and showing like dick pics and shit like that. And so I'm sorry, I didn't mean to keep you waiting. I saw you.
No, you're fine.
Like, oh, she's verifying herself, and I was like, I just wanted to make sure. But you good? How you doing?
I'm good.
Hey, this is
a fan of boxing long time. Shout out to my late father. He was a big fan, and so.
Hey, welcome to No Shadow.
Been watching for a long time, and it's
third. What you call yourself? Third degree TV.
Yeah.
Okay, third degree TV.
If that's too long, you have to say just third or just is fine.
Okay. Yeah, no worries.
HOD, I just got to use the bathroom and grab something to drink. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey, well, it's a pleasure. I don't think we don't get too many women on the show, so this is definitely a pleasant surprise. So we appreciate you coming on.
Yes, definitely.
I guess the biggest topic of the night, I guess, is the KeyShawn thing. Is that what you're kind of interested in talking about?
I'm interested in it all. I think there's a couple of topics, really. I think, especially even if we're just talking about this card and the things that happened tonight, I think, we could talk about the KeyShawn Davis. I think that one is pretty black and white. I think we pretty much know what happened there. I think I'm more interested in the fact that it's so interesting the way everything unfolded this weekend. Because if you notice during the press conference, Mason was super, super humble, right? And he's young, you know.
He's a good young man. I love the
Yeah,
kid.
you know, you can still see he's nervous around the press, you know, and shit like that. But I thought with with KeyShawn, I was just like, and I'm not gonna lie, I was never too much of a fan of bro. I'm not gonna lie, and it has nothing to do with his talent. He's extremely talented. It's his arrogance, and I think that really was the main event of the weekend. You know what I'm saying? The missing weight, almost 5 pounds. You didn't even try.
He didn't.
You didn't even try. You came there first of all. He looked fucking huge. Did you see him versus looking at De Los Santos?
Yeah.
Jesus. I'm
KeyShawn?
glad. You know, they were smart because
he's huge.
it's no amount of money. Don't get in that ring. You know, don't get in that ring with this fucking guy. He doesn't care. You know what I mean? That's not even a guy that. Once you see it's a title fight and motherfuckers are coming overweight, you gotta look. You know what I'm saying? At the bigger picture, like what's going on here? What's really going on here? This is for your belt. This is the first time. You know what I'm saying? You're actually.
He tried to cheat. He just tried to cheat. He tried to cheat.
Can I ask you a question about that?
I think he thought he was gonna take the fight.
Can I ask you?
Exactly. He thought that he was going to pressure De Los Santos into taking the fight.
I think he was like, "Fuck it." De Los Santos been out for a while. He's desperate. No, not that desperate. He didn't want to die in the ring.
Look, hey. So do you look? I have a question because this is how I look at it, right?
Yeah.
Like when Ryan Garcia did that with Devin, like I thought it was so fucking unprofessional because when he came in overweight, even though Devin paid the money, right?
I thought the same. Yeah, I think
Ryan went like this to the camera. He went like this, like, you know, and to me, I look at it like this, like I never really took a lot of like a lot of thought into cutting weight until I actually looked into like what it does to the body and like it takes a lot out of you.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous. Right. And the way some of these guys do it, and
the way they do it, some of these guys wait till like the last minute to do it or something like that. And so when I look at it, I'm like, that's the closest way, in my opinion. That's like almost up there with taking PEDs. It's like because you don't got to cut weight and the other guy did, he drained himself. Like he could have really,
you're right in some ways. There's a hell of an advantage. You know, I don't think he
could have hurt De Los Santos.
You're gonna be Superman, but you might damn near feel like Superman to that motherfucker.
Yeah, because you're fighting. It's like you feel like you're gonna be fighting a little kid because you're that much bigger.
Y'all seen the last fight with De Los Santos, right? He fought what was it? It wasn't Shakur. Was it Shakur?
Yeah, it was Shakur.
Look at his body. He fucking looked huge. He didn't look nothing like what he looked like on that scale.
He's been 2 years out with blood clot issues. So I spoke to his trainer. He came down from 190 pounds.
Yeah, which is Jesus Christ, man.
You know, so that's how out of shape he was.
He tried to get an easy win on him. He thought he was like, "Oh, so this guy's gonna take the fight. Fuck it, I don't want the belt." I mean, which is crazy. These which we can talk about that. You know, these young guys.
Yeah, it's unprofessional.
They don't care about the belt. They don't care about the legacy.
Yeah, KeyShawn pissed me off tonight, man.
Oh man,
he didn't even try.
He didn't try.
Samson, you remember on you know right after the weigh-ins,
Ryan tried more than
right after the weigh-ins, they were gonna face off, and you see Samson, the promoter for De Los Santos, try to hug KeyShawn Davis.
Yeah.
And you see him touch him, right? And I'm like, then he put his hand on his shoulder, and I'm like, what? Like, dude, what are you doing?
He wasn't showing no class. You know what I'm
so
saying?
what he was doing, what Samson was doing is he was just. They revealed what he was doing. He was touching to see if he's wet, sweat of anything. He's like, this guy didn't even try.
I heard that. Yeah, I heard that.
That guy, and so that's what because you look weird, bro. I'm like, dude, why you like molesting KeyShawn Davis here, bro?
Yeah, you damn near look like you sick. You come up there and don't look like you cut weight. At least
and he's smiling.
Yo, right there, bro. That's what really.
Right.
Look, when you look at everything that transpired, right? So, like at first. Like you said, when I was leaving to go to the bathroom, I heard you because I could hear you from over there. You was like, when you look at everything how it transpired, right? With the jumping Albright and then with the whole unprofessional, and then imagine the money that Top Rank spent, right? On top of that, he was the main event. Then on top of that, he doesn't even attempt to make weight, and then he gets on there and he starts dancing, and that's what De Los Santos' trainer said. What was it, the message that you read to me yesterday, HOD? It was De Los Santos' camp said, he's on the scale dancing, he didn't even cut weight, and I don't want what happened to Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia to happen to my fighter.
And now, and I said this during, when the whole, everybody was, pretty much laughing at Devin and yada, yada, yada. I said, no matter how we look at this, we, the boxing fans are really, and, no offense to any casuals, there's nothing wrong with that. But for us to have watched so many things, including deaths, right? Like fucking deaths happen in the ring. We know, you know what I'm saying? We know the difference between steroids and just a couple pounds. And you can still hurt somebody with just a couple pounds, as though you were on steroids. Like we know there is a significant advantage naturally. So imagine with any sort of performing enhancement. Really understand that.
Myself and my son, we're in the wrestling world.
Yeah.
And
awesome.
and so yeah, you're not you're not wrestling someone who's above us, 5 pounds of your weight. Right. It's just not happening. Right. Because it's a big advantage. It's a big advantage. And so imagine then in boxing where you're actually getting, you're getting hit with blows. Right. So, but it was so weird because when I was watching that live, man, the way he reacted, because I was there, and then he got on the scale, and they said 139.3, and he just he just flexed himself. He was at that, and I'm like, did I hear it wrong? Because he didn't act like nothing, and I had to stop the live and go back, and I hear, and like, and I'm like, what? It wasn't 134.3, it was 139.3. I'm like, what the hell?
Why? Because they weigh that, they weigh themselves. They already know, going into the little show. It's basically they weigh them before that, and then they go and
actually no. This one was not a ceremonial one. This was the reason it was so late is because they were trying to give KeyShawn time to drop some weight,
which is insane. Which is like how heavy was he? What I mean, and going into camp, right? And there's one thing going into camp, and then it's halfway into camp. 5 fucking pounds.
Yeah, you didn't even try,
Like, hey, just real quick, HOD, hold on. Hey, Dr. Tim's in flip mode. Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. And my bad. It ain't y'all, bro. I know it's just a handful of people. I appreciate y'all though for saying that, bro. But go ahead, HOD. I'm sorry.
Oh, is it okay?
No, but so you saw all that stuff going on. This young man. I'm not a big fan of his because and just because I know that he's been manufactured. You just look at his last 4 fights; they're all weight drained dudes from 140, old wash guys. He just fought a Dollar Tree version of Lomachenko for the championship. This guy, he didn't fight nobody. He didn't fight nobody with a post yet. And I always knew he was a weight bully. We know that. I mean, you can just look at his size.
Let me ask y'all something. Do you think what do you guys think about today's boxing, where especially with the younger guys, where you have so much of this media attention, before they're even earned much of anything, right? And their personality is able to get them in the ring, I think, faster, and able to get them these opportunities faster. You know what I'm saying? Than it would normally happen. Maybe I'm wrong. What do y'all think?
Well, no, you're not wrong. But it's happening in all sports. If you just go to the old heads in the NBA, you look at Charles Barkley and whatever, and they're like, man, we didn't. These guys are getting paid like never before. I had to put 10 years before I got this much, and you guys are getting that right off the bat. And you guys don't want to work as hard as I did.
Yeah,
that's what's happening nowadays. I mean, you guys.
Look, I could speak just for me. Like I said this yesterday. Like I don't mind admitting if I'm wrong. I've been guilty of that. I've done it with a few fighters. There's been fighters that, I I wholeheartedly believe in resume and everything, but like I said, I watch boxing because it's a hobby. Like when I first started watching boxing growing up, like I didn't like it. Like my father forced me to sit down and watch boxing.
Oh, really?
So I grew up watching Tito Trinidad and fights like that. So I have in the past though, I'm guilty of it, man. I've hyped up fighters that I like before they even did what they did, and that's because it's like it's like, put it like this: if I pay for a fight or I take time out of my life to watch a fight and I find it exciting, I'm a root for you. But I've been guilty myself of saying like, yeah, this is the next guy. You know what I mean? I've been guilty of that. I've done it a couple
Think
times.
about it, but your rooting is not public to where it's affecting.
Right, yeah.
Reality, right? Like these guys are able to go and read 1,000. He's amazing.
Yeah, nah. It's just like, I just feel like, they're like, for instance, I have a favorite fight. Like, it's kind of funny if like, look, I have a favorite fighter for each division. Kind of like there's a couple of divisions where I have a couple of them, but like, for instance, this is just an example. I gave it the other day. Like 130, I like Raymond Ford. 135, it was KeyShawn. I still like what KeyShawn does in the ring, but I lost a lot of respect for him this past 2 days. But it was 135, it was KeyShawn, and also 140, it's Tio. 147 was Boots. 154 is I like Virgil Ortiz, Erickson Lubin. I like Inoue, but I gravitate towards fighters that I feel like is exciting. But one thing that's clear that I just feel like is a misconception these days is that when people hear of a defensive fighter, they automatically think of fighters like, oh, they got no power and they don't want to engage. Where I don't believe that. There's a lot of defensive fighters that were very offensive, you know what I mean? But I tend to just go for the fighters that I tend to like I enjoy their fights, and it doesn't matter any style.
Mayweather is like is literally a legend for not only just being, oh my fucking god, a master, right?
Yeah,
defensively, but also
pretty boy in money
break
man.
you down slowly, right? Like he wasn't gonna maybe knock you the hell out, after the 90s, but you were gonna lose that fight. One way or another,
tonight what the culmination is there's two sides of it for me. I mean, obviously I can see that this kid is his integrity is not perfectly there. A lot of lies he does in between things to clout chase other fighters. I guess that's part of the game. Okay. But still I see your integrity with that. But he had the best opportunity. I mean, this kid, he had Shaq coming tonight. He had AI coming tonight. He had Michael Vick come. Like you are on the brink of A-star status. Right. You're on the brink of that next crossover stardom. Norfolk named this week KeyShawn Davis week.
Yeah. And it was shameful,
And so, okay, so you messed up the scale. So you messed up your career. That's your problem, son. I mean, I say bad, terrible, bad for boxing, whatever. But what happened tonight, it's not boxing. This is you're a father. I'm a father.
And
I'm a father.
It's gonna be scandalous, right? But like, I don't think people understand how like boxing fans are like pretty fucking upset. Like, it's like this doesn't happen. Like, you don't go to the man's locker room, and jump him like what, or attempt to jump him.
How long have you been watching this stream for?
Oh,
when did you come on? At what point?
I was on Norb's stream.
You were over there. You were by Norb's.
Yeah, no, I mean, at what point? No, I mean, at what point did you get here?
I was there for about 5 minutes, and then
okay, because look, let me show you the because when I started the stream here, let me show you something, because when I started the stream, the reason why when Albright won, right? First off, they try to rob him. Okay,
I agree.
You saw that, right? They try to rob him. I was like, there's some funny stuff going on here, right? Finally, they gave him the win. Then there's a part where the ref goes like the ref try to grab his glove like this, try to grab his glove, kind of bring him to Davis' brother to be like, hey, you know, shake hands, right? And then when
that little exchange, yeah, go ahead,
right, that's what I'm saying. So when he brought him over there, the whole KeyShawn family, all of them had their backs turned. They had their backs turned like so they were being unprofessional. But then somebody was recording it from a phone on the opposite side. Gotcha. And on the opposite side, you see his brother like all ashamed and shit. You see the other brother with the hoodie looking like crazy, and then you see KeyShawn like this. He's like this, like, yeah, like, don't worry. And then it shows them walking out. And then that's when a couple of minutes later, when Abdullah Mason was fighting, they cut to Albright, and now he's got that thing on his head. And the guy's asking him, he says, and I knew something was wrong because the guy goes, wait a second, you just got into I
didn't see that knot on his head.
Right, you saw that, right? And you know what was so sad though? You could tell the kid didn't want to like snitch or say anything because he was like, you didn't have that knot on your head. And then he said, did that happen in the fight? He says no. And then the guy goes, tell me the truth. Did you saw that, right? He was like, did KeyShawn do that?
You could tell he just wanted to focus on his win, you know.
Yeah, he just wanted to focus on the win, and then the kid was like, nah, man, yeah, they jumped me. And that's when the video came out. But then he spoke when HOD sent me this. This is what he said happened, and this is what really pissed me off even more, because when he did the interview and they asked him what happened, because they're trying to figure out like, well, did you provoke him or something? And he kind of tells them exactly what happened. He didn't do a damn thing. And this is it right here. Hold on one second. Right here. Let me pull that up right there. Get that right there and share it right here. And
there's something worse than what he did to Albright to me. I'll explain it to you in a second.
Hold on one second. Let me just pull it up right here. He's going to explain exactly. It's kind of crazy when you find out when they ask him, so what started it? Watch what he says.
Keith, you want to start? Congratulations on your win, obviously.
Thank you so much.
Can you explain to us what happened after the fight?
Yeah, I was in my locker room and celebrating my victory with my team. And yeah, KeyShawn and his little brother came in and they started looking at me. It's like they saying something about his older brother, like they was mad. And he like grabbed me, pushed me back. I'm like grabbing his hand. He like moved his head towards my my head. You know, felt like a little.
So you bumped heads?
Yeah, he like headbutted me. Yeah, he like headbutted me.
Oh, okay.
Can I see that? KeyShawn did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what happened.
Any words between you and them after the fight that might have led to this incident?
No, actually, like I said, I was in the locker room. Their locker room is right next door to mine. So I guess they heard like us like happy and all that kind of stuff, and they came in and started trouble.
Did anyone?
So just because they were celebrating, can you believe that?
I can't. And I mean, when I heard him say that earlier watching the video, I just, so, let's play devil's advocate for a second. What do you think that there's any possibility that there was some sort of like either bad blood or maybe, maybe it was really family.
Yeah, no. That's why I asked when you came in. So when I started the live, whenever you get a chance, go back when I started. So look, yesterday I had brought it up because Nahir Albright fought KeyShawn about, I don't know, what was it, like 2 years ago? And it went the distance. So there was bad blood there, but the reason why I knew there was going to be an issue is because, KeyShawn and them always bring like,
he brings bravado. He
brings that like bravado and stuff, right? So they were in the press conference, and he says, KeyShawn is like, he's backing his brother, and his brother says like, I'm gonna do to you what my brother did, meaning KeyShawn, and Albright says, well, what did your brother do to me? Like, I went the distance with him, right? Because most people has been getting stopped by KeyShawn, and his brother goes, well, KeyShawn beat you up every round. And he said, and Albright, this is when he got real mad. Albright said something like, well, first off, I went the distance with your brother, so that tells me I'm on his level. And if I went the distance with him, what does that think I'm gonna do to you? And when he said that, that's when they were like, they started, you could tell, that's when he started getting all hype, like, nah, I'm gonna do this to you, I'm gonna do this to you. And that's why when he lost that fight, you could just tell he was so embarrassed, and that's why they did that. So yeah, there was bad blood, but either way, come on, man. Like, there's a million ways you could have went about this. You could have got the rematch for your brother. KeyShawn could have said, fuck that, I'll fight you.
I'll fight him. Yeah.
Not jump him.
For sure.
The big, to me, even that, that's pretty bad what he did. But as a father, me myself, as a man, your number one priority as a man once you have a family is to protect your family over your own ego and pride.
Yeah, right.
Over all of that is to protect your family. And guess what? If you're the breadwinner, is to make sure you come back home for no matter what. Because if you get smoked out there because you have your ego or your pride, who's going to raise your son or your daughter? Who's going to take care of your wife?
Are you making the point that his son was there? Which I
Yes, because from what you saw and what I saw, and I'll pull up the video maybe so I can share it here.
Yeah.
He got into all that scuffle, himself and his baby mama. They forgot about the baby in the crib.
He was literally.
They were all scuffling, and it was the security guard who grabbed the baby in the stroller and pulled him all the way off to the side.
Yes, yes.
I was like, that's why I lost it as a man. As a man, I lost it, and I was at Mill City, and there was some knucklehead trying to defend him, and I just lost it because I could have never, look, I'm hot-headed. I know I am at times, but you know what? You got to protect what's number one, most important, and that's your family. And you're gonna let your ego and pride get in the way. Yo, you get arrested now, and then what? What's gonna happen to you? What about if that team over there had some knife that would have stuck you like a pig?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your baby's like 3 months old. You get knocked over, bro. It doesn't take much for a baby to hit that concrete floor, and it could be a tragedy.
You know what else, HLD? You know what I said too is like, look, man, this is why I salute Albright, because Albright is from Philly. He could have this could have really went wrong. He could have simply made a phone call, said, yo, these dudes try to jump me, bro, and they could have been on some crazy stuff. But nah, he did it like, and then he even manned up and was like, yo, you know what, KeyShawn, you gotta fight me now. But he could have simply made a phone call or something, and it could have went left.
In the ring, I'm like,
yeah,
I respect that.
I respect that, because he could have made a phone call and be like, yo, these dudes just jumped me, and then somebody gets shot or something stupid, or you know what I mean? He said, KeyShawn, now you gotta see me, bro. So I respect Albright. And it's so crazy because when he first, like you said, when the guy said, I just saw you in the fight. You didn't have that knot. Is that not from the fight? And he said no. And he was like, tell the truth. Did KeyShawn touch you? He was like, yeah. I mean, he was on the spot, but now you're going to have these ignorant people out here like, oh, look, he snitched, whatever. Bro.
I was watching and I was like, I can only imagine what people are going to, like.
Right. You already know ignorant people.
And people going to understand, like, this ain't the streets. This is
literally
not
the streets. Right.
It's the point. That's the opposite.
Right.
Motherfuckers could be on the fucking streets, and they're. Yeah. And they're they're over here striving for champions, or they should be. So I think when something that stands out to me about this tonight is the embarrassment. I almost feel ashamed as a fan, right? Like as a boxing, because it's like it's not boxing, like
yeah.
And a lot of outside people are privy right now to boxing. Younger people, salute to Jake Paul, whether people love him or hate him, but he's a lot of younger people, being a little bit more curious about boxing now. It was dying off. It was, and now we're seeing these younger guys, right? These guys are under 30, and they kicking ass,
What is KeyShawn, like 20? What is he, like 26, right? Yeah, he's
25 going to 26, yeah.
So it's like, I understand the behavior, and I don't, in a way. I understand maybe some immaturity.
Yes, I can understand that, the immaturity, because we all go through that. But
this specific, listen, when you see, and listen, it's probably people, you're going to talk about ignorant, there's going to be people that's going to bring up Caleb Plant and Charlo. He slapped it. That's a whole
right. Yeah. Oh
very,
my goodness.
Very different. And people.
Oh my goodness. And not only that too, you're right. You're gonna. That's what I'm saying. You're gonna have a group of people that's gonna be like this. They're gonna be like, man, everybody complaining, man. Y'all acting like this ain't the fight game and this and that. And they're gonna, then they're gonna be like, then they're also gonna be like, and Albright snitched. Like, bro, this ain't the streets, bro. You get paid to fight. You could have simply said, yo, why don't you get a rematch with my brother or fight me? Like, you ain't got to do that. That's embarrassing. And then on top of that, like HOD said, look, bro, his baby was in the way and everything. And Albright could have really got ignorant and called people and been like, yo, they jumped me, man. This could have went left.
No,
and then on top of that, and you and Top Rank spent all that money promoting this fight. Then on top of that, you didn't even try to make weight. You was dancing on the scale. You could have, and De Los Santos coming off an injury and a long layoff, so you tried to get an advantage. It's just embarrassing.
I still can't get over. I still can't get over. How do you lose? How do you forget your baby? I can't even think. I can't even imagine. Like, what?
And it's funny, when I saw the something about the De Los Santos, the press conference, it was the way he was carrying himself. And I know confidence versus arrogance, and sometimes it's a fine line, especially with boxing and fighting sports. But I can't. It was always something, and I'm not gonna write him off completely, but he's definitely written off right now. You know what I'm saying? He gotta show me something else, because again, I'm feeling like, what have you really done to even think?
How do you spiral so out of control?
To have this kind of, do you guys think that this is possibly intentional?
I'm like, that's what I just don't know. It's really hard to say.
Or do you think that this is?
You mean missing weight?
No, the whole character, his behavior, everything.
Oh, the
no. Like, no. I'm trying.
I got one more question for y'all.
No. I want you to clarify. So I want you to like intentional. Like,
she had a question. She had a question.
No, I'm at HOD because you said something. I'm trying to ask her before she asks it. Yeah, make it clarify so I understand.
I got you. Intentional as in, how these young guys are today. You know how this Gen Z, and is it intentional for publicity? He's getting very big now. He has a big name. I mean, De Los Santos, win, lose, disqualification, what have you. What do you think about
I want to make it clear, like the intentional part as far as like not fighting De Los Santos or the whole jumping thing.
Listen, look, the weight, right? So now you missed the weight. So now you don't have to fight, right? Missing a couple dollars.
Yeah.
Right?
He lost $1 million.
Right. So now motherfuckers is looking at you like, what's going on with this motherfucker?
Right.
You just missed weight. So we don't want to hear shit about you signing another fight. You gotta go back to the drawing board right now. You just lost your belt. It wasn't just a random fight. You just lost your belt because you didn't make weight, right?
Yeah.
Your first title defense.
Right.
Which I've never seen no shit like this. Like, ridiculous. 5 pounds, something like that is, wow.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, tying into that behavior, tying into all that, what to me is just, it takes an arrogant motherfucker to behave that way, to even celebrate on the scale when you just lost your belt. Right?
It's very
hard to first, HOD, because I'm gonna be quick. I'm gonna tell you what I think in regards to KeyShawn, honestly, and I said this yesterday. KeyShawn has tried to, in the past, I've watched him for a while as far as his, like, I kind of pay attention to how people act outside the ring. And one thing I can tell you about him is, since he called himself the whole businessman thing, like when he won the title, I liked when he went back and the first thing he did was try to call out Tank and shit like that, right? But I also noticed that he always tries to bring up, like, I'm from Norfolk and I try to leave that life behind me and this and that. And me, honestly, I think it's what you said. A lot of it has to do with he is young and he is ignorant. And I think he's not even getting you. Like you said, you hit it on the dot. He's not used to, he just recently started becoming, because when he hosted in Norfolk and he won the title, it was actually successful. Bob Arum even said it was very successful, and all the spotlight is on him. And I'm thinking that maybe when he missed weight, he's embarrassed now. And like you said, people are gonna be like, "Yo, what's going on with him?" Just like you said. And now you're young, you're ignorant, and then your brother loses.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I think.
Yeah.
there, some people gonna say it was, it's for the fame but I think it's a lot of emotions. Just fucking. We all saw him by the ring. He was stressed.
Right, he was like this. He was like this. Look, I was saying it. There's another angle of it. He's like this. He's like this. When the ref grabs him to go like say hi to like, hey, shake hands with his brother. They got their backs turned like this, but then somebody had a camera on the other side, and you see his brother with the hoodie on like this, but you see KeyShawn standing like this, like
which is
like that, like, and I'm like, yo, what's he doing?
Yeah,
he's crazy, bro.
Albright, with any disrespectful behavior or like I didn't see nothing provocative from him.
Who, Albright?
No. Did you?
You know at the end of that interview what he said? You got a message for KeyShawn Davis? He said, I'm gonna pray for you.
Right. Yeah, he said, I'm gonna pray for you. Right, yeah.
So it's I think maybe these kids, they don't understand, that one thing is it's your profession, and there's some WWE to it. I mean, you got to promote, you gotta, but does he realize that it's not supposed to be real? You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna kick your ass and I'm gonna whatever, but it's a sport.
You just reminded me. Wait, you just reminded me. You know what else I think is a part of it? Now that you said that with the whole intentional thing and everything. Also, if you remember, him and Abdullah Mason got into it the day before, and Abdullah Mason, I know he's jealous of him because the last 2 times they had the event in Norfolk, Abdullah Mason was the co-main event, and Abdullah Mason was like, I'm gonna steal the show like I always do. And now he lost his belt. He wasn't gonna fight, and Abdullah Mason became the main event. So yeah, you're right. Add that on top of that. Add that on top of you lost your belt, people looking at you funny, and your brother lost, and Abdullah Mason is now the main event and knocked this dude out and stole the show again. And the last time he was there, people were saying that they wanted to see Abdullah over KeyShawn. So yeah, I think you're right. I think it's all ignorant, and on top of that, he's not used to being the all this attention, and that's why I've always said with any fighter, and I wholeheartedly believe in this, bro. Look, freedom of speech is freedom of speech, but that doesn't absolve you from consequence. You know what I mean? You could tell anybody anything you want, you could believe anything you want, but that doesn't mean you're not going to get a reaction. When you get to a point where your mouth and your actions can cause you millions of dollars, that's why you need someone near you, a management team or somebody near you, to kind of like control you, or not control you, but like tell you, hey man, chill or whatever, because a lot of these guys are young, or they haven't been in that spotlight yet, or they grew up in the streets, and these dudes are messing, like he could mess up his career like this. And who makes off in this? Albright and Abdullah Mason now. Abdullah Mason. Yeah, and I like Abdullah Mason, by the way.
I thought I do too. He really he's humble.
Yeah.
That he's almost the complete opposite. Though they mirror each other in a lot of ways, where I see like, the fight between them could be great eventually, but I know that that's not going to happen anytime.
Yeah. But yeah, I see that too in the ring. Like they both got dog. Yeah.
Yes, for sure. I think I'll say this though. I think it was interesting to see that
that Mason that I saw tonight. That kid is complete. He's smoking KeyShawn Davis.
And then this whole thing, it's like, damn, you wasn't focused on shit that you was focused on. For you to be talking shit, dude, you would think you would come in, at your weight at the very least for your title. So it's really bizarre. It's almost bizarre to me.
It is bizarre. It's.
But this is literally a crash out. Like that was
a total crash out, and just I don't know how many, just totally everything all at once. Like what the hell? Like how worse could it have been? You lost $1 million. You're not headlining the fight. I just sent Shadow a picture because this is what happened yesterday. What did he tell? What did he tell Abdullah Mason? So what you want to do?
And Abdullah was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna steal the show like usual."
No, put the picture I just sent you up, Shadow. This is his answer today.
I think you're right, and I think it showed, with him, it showed a distraction. It showed more of a distraction. I was just like,
I I bet KeyShawn didn't expect what happened today.
Worry about a future potential opponent versus the man that you have to see in front of you. So when he was sitting talking to him, it's just like, you really are cocky. Like, you really think you just finna go in there, you're gonna steamroll over De Los Santos. And you know what? I would have thought I would steamroll over De Los Santos if I came in 5 pounds overweight too.
If he would have made weight, I would have. If he would have, look, I had him beating De Los Santos anyway. But I agree with you. First off, I believe that it was a smart thing because I had him beating him De Los Santos anyway. He had a long layoff and everything like that, and coming in overweight like that, he could have really hurt that kid. And that's another thing that got me. He was just so unprofessional this weekend. The whole thing.
How embarrassed is KeyShawn that after talking all that shit to this young man, Abdullah Mason? So yeah, I posted this meme picture that they had going around. So he told him, "What you want to do?" Hey, Abdullah Mason, I'm gonna take your main event spot.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
One thing that like
unlike a star.
Yeah, the one thing with the Abdullah thing though that I was still explaining yesterday is like, look, I look, even now is like it don't matter like what KeyShawn did, I don't rock with, but the whole thing that happened with Abdullah, that as far as like his response, I mean, it's like, you know, a lot of and these dudes, they were doing their jobs. A lot of the media people were doing it. That's what you're supposed to do when you interview a fighter, is you're supposed to ask him, hey, you know, what do you think if you beat this guy or whatever, this and that. But they Abdullah was getting interviews all week and they were bringing up KeyShawn, so something was bound to happen, bro. So
I think he's very insecure. He's not as good as everybody thinks he is. Point blank. He thought he needed the advantage to go over De Los Santos because he's never fought nobody at least of that caliber, even though this guy's been off for 2 years. And oh, did she jump off?
yeah, I think she jumped off. Hey, make sure that you subscribe and you're always welcome back. I don't know if you
absolutely.
I don't know if you
want to come back
by an accident or whatever, but make sure that you subscribe and you're always welcome here.
Absolutely, man. Hopefully.
Always nice to have fresh faces here talking boxing, and she knows her boxing too.
Yeah, you know, maybe she fell off by mistake or something. She could click on it if she likes to. But yeah, it was definitely. But bro,
hold on one second. Keon is. I mean, honestly, this is my honest opinion. I've said it on KeyShawn Davis and everything. You know, it's almost like the Vargas family. You know, Emilio is the nice one, and the other two are okay. I look at the same thing. I feel like KeyShawn, you know, he's the one that's been, you know, what is he, a silver medalist 2-time, 3-time or whatever, and he's the more proven one. But yeah, the other brother's okay, but I absolutely agree with you. The brother that fought today, I never thought he was good. Because I saw the flaws in him in his last couple of fights. And you know, he needs to really work on his oh, she's back. There you go. Oh yeah, hey, before, if you ever get cut off or whatever happens, before, just want to let you know, make sure that you subscribe. And you're always welcome. You're always welcome here, and you know you're boxing too. I like that. So, but just real quick, let me just finish with this guy. Yeah, look, man, I think that he was, out of all 3 brothers, I didn't think he was really that nice. But yo, it's similar with the I don't know how you think about that, HLD, either with the Vargas brothers. I don't think the other 2 are good. I think Emilio is or Emiliano.
No, the other 2 are not as good. His Vargas Jr. is not on the level of Emilio. But you know what? I've interviewed them, and especially the junior, and you know, they're young. They have some bravado, but they're not ignorant bravado. They're good kids. That I can tell.
But you agree that Emilio is the best one, though.
He has legacy. That name Vargas carries something. So you're right, that their bravado comes from that. So I do understand the pride that comes. You know, it's not cockiness really. It's more like, listen, I have to stand up to my.
And they put in the work. I can tell you that they put in the work.
And also, I don't know if y'all saw what they said to KeyShawn too, because KeyShawn said he was going to one. They've had beef with KeyShawn. So by the way, a couple months ago, right? This is crazy too. And I got excited actually, because I think wouldn't it be great promotion? Check this out. What is it? Emilio? Is that his name? Emilio? Emilio, he said that he wanted to fight KeyShawn, and I don't know if they're in the same division or one division away, but he said, I'll fight KeyShawn, and he said, and your other two brothers can fight my two brothers. And I think that would be great, man.
I mean, Emilio will definitely fill out very well. Mexicans fill out really well, for the most part, especially when they start off in, super lightweight or something like that. They definitely tend to fill out really well. So I mean, I would like to see his shit. I think KeyShawn, I think he'll bounce back. He definitely needs to fucking sit the hell down and reassess. But I think when we see things like this, and we see it at this level of stardom, and I don't even want to say he's a star. He's famous. There's a difference.
Yeah, Jackson Road. Yeah,
not as accomplished, but I will say this: the people around you matter the most. And I'm not sure about the people around him. And sometimes if it's just your family, that's not enough. Sometimes that ain't the people that you need around you during your successful career.
Very true.
And Bomac, Crawford's trainer is the one that was in their corner. And when I think about this, right, I think about this like he's because of Crawford, he's an established trainer now. All the other fighters under him don't have the pedigree of Crawford. But I wonder, HOD, if you think that how Bomac, you think he might distance himself from all this? Because I know Tim Bradley. Tim Bradley made it clear. Like Tim Bradley, he made. I don't know if y'all heard what he said today, but after that, Albright got jumped.
Yeah,
Tim Bradley was like, "Look, man, I've rocked with KeyShawn since day one, been a fan since day one. But after what he did today, I am not a fan of him no more."
And there's a lot of us saying it, and I'm not gonna lie, I was never a fan because I'm not gonna lie. In a way, I'm not surprised, and I say that because I don't know, maybe I just see through people, but I just he's been very, very arrogant for a long.
Yeah, he is arrogant. Yeah,
I think people were taking it as like hey, he's just excited to be here, but he was not just happy to be here. There was a little bit more of a belief behind that. There's a fine line between believing in yourself, confidence, and arrogance, right? And it was borderline arrogance, and this weekend it just exploded. It exploded into what I guess he's really been feeling. Like
he showed it a couple years ago with I don't know if you ever seen when he ran up on Frank Martin.
Yes, you're right.
When he ran up on Frank Martin, that was years ago too. And
nobody knew what the fuck. Nobody really.
Right, and you know what's so crazy?
No, it was
Frank Martin was doing an interview, and then Frank Martin walked up on him. But there was another one where Frank Martin was doing an interview, and he just interrupted the interview. And then that's when Frank Martin walked up on him. But you could see it back then. He was real arrogant. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And he's gotta use that in the ring. Sometimes there's just not even sometimes, all the time, there's a time and place.
He's gonna have to pray and hope that there's not a zealous prosecutor, because the state of Virginia does not require the victim to press charges if there's evidence of an assault. So you just gotta pray and hope that there's not a prosecutor that's gonna say, you know what,
go there, right? Like, but sometimes that's what gets somebody humble. Sometimes it takes you, having to sit down for a second and really, touch a little boiling water, because his head is a little high. It's a little too high.
And then after that, for sure, I couldn't imagine the commission not doing nothing, and getting him suspended. And then I really would worry about his mentals right now. All this pressure, you must every Shaq coming to your fight tickets, you can't fight cancel, you're not making money.
Yeah, we have to now the 4 pounds, it's like, is it, and that's what I meant by intentional. Not just is it for publicity, but like, is it something that is like, are you really thinking clear? And who is someone in your ear? And I wanted to ask you guys, this is the second question I wanted to ask you guys. Do you guys think that it's a possibility that Mayweather had anything to do with the weight situation? And I'm only, and listen, I love Mayweather. I want to just throw him in here. It's for me. We know that he's been training with Mayweather. He's been, Mayweather has visited him in the gym, etc. Do you think it's possible that the weight wasn't?
Is there a possibility? Yes, but I think it backfired because it wasn't supposed to reach to the point where the fight got canceled, and I think that's where
Right.
it exploded.
It's definitely not out of the realm of possibility because if you remember, Ryan Garcia threw kind of flew. He kind of that's why you bringing it up, right? Because Bill Haney was so mad. That's why Bill Haney and Floyd got into that argument because first Ryan said that Floyd told him to do it, but then he turned around and said, "Nah, Floyd didn't tell me to do it." And then that's when Bill blew up at Floyd and said, "You told Ryan to come in overweight, and my son got hurt." And so I mean, it's not out the realm, but I definitely agree with HLD. If he did tell him to do it, he didn't mean for that to happen.
No,
I think that was more of a troll job because at that time Bill Haney was talking a lot of mad shit about Mayweather, and so Mayweather
and
then
they have a personal relationship. So some of it is like banter, and
yeah.
And that was around the time he got into it with Bernard Hopkins too. Bill.
Yeah, but you gotta remember that they released the Tank Davis whooping his son video, and there was all that stuff going on. So there was a lot of stuff going on at that time. You know what I mean? And so
I remember that live too, bro. That live was so fire, bro. That was a classic live I had back then.
Guys at that time because I had no podcast to really go to really talk about it, and it's hard, as a female. Some people was like, "Oh no, she knows about."
Oh hell no, you welcome here. Ain't no discrimination here. Yeah, most of the dudes that be trying to come up here and troll and shit.
Trust me, I know. I definitely appreciate it because
no, absolutely. But it's could have been maybe, but it was not intended for this time. But I look, some people with mental issues will self-sabotage themselves.
Yeah.
Maybe the pressure was too much. I think, look, De Los Santos, even though he was 2 years off, this was to get an advantage, and they were forcing to try to get an advantage on De Los Santos because the guy could crack.
I mean, he looked great. It's crazy. It's interesting. What did he fight? What did he fight Shakur at? Like, I didn't understand.
135. You're talking about De Los Santos at what weight? 135.
I didn't understand the cut. I didn't understand the look of the cut this time. Right? He looked fucking.
Yeah, because he's been 2 years off.
And where he looked like what he hit like, right? Like, because as soon as he touched Shakur and we saw how that fight went, he had to chase him for the pretty much the rest of the fight. But
that could crack.
Those hits were So I don't know that we would have saw that this go round. I think things happen for a reason. And he was supposed to be in that ring. He didn't look amazing. Right? Like, he looked small. He
because what ends up happening, the guy was off for almost 2 years. By the time that when they offered him the fight and he took it, and it was just, I mean, literally not maybe less than 8 weeks ago.
Trap. I mean, it was a trap.
And the guy
it was a trap.
The guy 2 months ago was weighing 190 pounds.
You say you handpicked the guy and you come in 5.
Right.
I mean, for him to sit down and have been like, "Oh man, I couldn't make." I was like, "Are you going to that? Like, at least just be like, hey man, it was a tricky camp. I wasn't really focused. Anything, but don't say that you couldn't make the motherfucking weight when we just saw you make the weight a couple months ago and you looked amazing. He looked great, fantastic."
And then on top of that, he said. What did he say? He said. Then he tried to say yeah, I'm going to I'm going to 140. I don't have to fight Muay Thai. I don't have to fight Tank. I don't have to just bunch of I don't know, man. The whole, like you said, the whole weekend just didn't even make any sense. And and I agree with you. Like, when you take a look at everything in perspective, I think the whole thing with Abdullah Mason had a part to do with it. How Abdullah Mason said he stole the show, and then so now when he's not the main event no more, now Abdullah is now the main event again and at Norfolk again. And then on top of that, then his brother loses. Oh man,
Yeah, I agree, and it's no one else to blame. It's all your fault. I mean, you got to make the weight. I think again, like, and he has to be careful, and I hope all other fighters coming in, understand. Be careful with the I can't make the weight. I can't make the weight means a lot to professionals and to diehard fans and really serious fans like ourselves. We know what a young guy that can't all of a sudden make the weight means. It usually means juice. So be careful with I can't make the weight all of a sudden within the same year I just made the weight. And I wasn't drained, and it's just after 26, 27, your body, yes, is still growing, but not excessively, not to the point, not between 18 and 25 or 15 and 25. I mean, that's not.
Especially when you just fought just 3 months ago or 4 months ago.
Body, but that's not within months like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long road comeback for this young man. And the thing is, he put Top Rank in such a position because they're running out of stars. They're trying to get a new network, and they don't have no. And this kid is gonna have to pay the penalty.
Loma retired too, so that's
Loma retired.
Did y'all talk about that?
No, not tonight.
I said that about him getting in trouble because like I think he should get in trouble but at the same time, like, this is a business, and when you look at Top Rank as a whole, as far as like the young fighters coming up, like, he that's why it was a good point that you brought up, because I do think a lot of it had to do with he just recently started, like, this was the second time he was going to be at his hometown and stuff like that, because the first, when he won the title, it did good, and then so when you look at it though, like, they don't have a massive deck of upcoming prospects like that, so it's like, how much trouble is he going to be in? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I don't think that he will be facing. He may not. We may be wrong. They may make him an example, just because it's something that really does not happen, and it when it happens, it's not publicized like this, and it's not.
Bob Arum did throw him under the bus today.
Locker room, right? Like you maybe you're at a bar, maybe but and you guys are together and you see each other, but never like this after the fight. You don't go and that's some sore loser shit, so they might want to make an example, but I think he has a point as well. I think it's possible that they're like, hey man,
Bob Arum wasn't happy. I don't know if you heard what Bob Arum said.
Or I don't know what kind of PR statement at this point you can put out.
They got a miracle out there, because the thing is that Bob Arum today threw him under the bus.
Hey, just real quick, HOD. I forgot, bro. Look, I gotta shut this down in like 5 minutes. My bad.
Yeah, man. It's you gotta wrap it up. You gotta wrap it up.
Yeah, no, because I wasn't gonna be that long anyway. I'll be right back though. Keep talking.
I know that Bob Arum threw him under the bus, and he was mad. He wasted us money. It's an embarrassment. Blah blah blah. There's just a whole thing. So Bob Arum threw him under the bus, but now this.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if Top Rank, the best thing they can do is just to shelf him until he gathers himself together. Because if they cut him, everybody's gonna pick him up, right? Somebody's gonna pick him up. Cut him, he's just gonna go to another promotional company. But I think the worst they can do is shelf him.
Guys don't want to. Sometimes people don't. They don't want to deal with the headache, and pick him up. Right.
They'll pick him up. He's too popular of a name for somebody not to pick him up. I think they would, and take a chance on him. But this kid's got other issues. I mean, his dedication is not there. I still like to figure out what. To me, it had to be that they expected this to not to have backfired like it did, and that's what happened. They needed an advantage. And then that to me means you're not that good. Your team knows that. And I know stories. I know a lot of gym stories, and it's just seeming to be true. This kid gets dropped a lot in sparring, and I can only confirm two of them, but I think everybody gets dropped, right? I mean, that happens in sparring, but I've heard many others, but I can't confirm it because I hadn't seen him. But it just seems to me he's just not as good as everybody thinks he is, and he needs the advantage, and it blew up in his face.
Yeah.
and that pressure of undefeated, showing out, I'm the man, blah blah blah. You're young. What? It has to be a lot of pressure, especially these kids that they're born with damn social media. It's not like I didn't grow up with this shit, but these social media is part of their lives. Like it's ingrained in their lives. You know what I mean? And there's no way around it.
There is a lot of lack of integrity that's coming with it. So that's why I'm asking, is it a possibility? I'm wondering, is it a possibility that it's something that's like, motherfuckers not only just crashed out, but maybe strategically crashed out.
Who knows? Who knows? Trying to get out of the contract? I don't know.
Kid being there, I don't think so. I think it really was just emotional unintelligence.
Well, that's what it showed, because if it was just that, he wouldn't have jumped this guy behind the scenes, and because like the entire community, boxing, there's one or two channels that
hold on 1 second. Oh, yo, EQ, bro, I'm about to shut it down. Right, damn, bro, why you come at the last second, bro? I'm about to shut it down, bro. Yeah, man, I gotta shut it down. Why do you come at the last second? Yeah, I gotta shut this down, man. I'm sorry, bro. Like I was supposed to shut it down like 5 minutes ago, bro.
Let me. Well, hey,
my bad, EQ. Yo, EQ, my bad, bro. I'm gonna text you right now, EQ. I have to shut this down, bro. I have to shut this down. I'm sorry, bro. Everybody coming at the last. Damn, man. Why everybody come at the last moment?
Hey, man.
I gotta get up early, bro.
Honestly, yeah.
I gotta get up early.
Hey, Third, it was beautifully, pleasantly nice to have you come on. Fresh. Let's say, bro. It's always a couple of brutes up here. It's always a couple of brutes, and sometimes we even get out of hand. And maybe you help us keep us in check. But it was pleasant, very beautiful.
Hold up, yo, EQ, stay there. I'll talk to you in a second, bro. But I gotta shut this down. But yo, first off, before I get off, yeah, man, listen, you're always welcome here, and it's a shame too, cause you're boxing. I know, don't take this to offense. I'm talking to other people. Like, it's a shame that a woman comes up here and it's like, I wish we had more lives like this, bro. There's a bunch of just immature people. They come here, they try to mess up the stream. I just want to talk boxing, and it's a shame somebody like you come here and is like, I would have, like, that's all I want to do is talk boxing. You know what I mean? I don't. All the derogatory racial fucking showing, you know what I mean? It's immature motherfuckers here, man. But look, I appreciate you for being here, and you're always welcome to come here.
Thank you, guys. I definitely will be back for sure.
All right, it was nice talking to you.
You guys have a good night. Again, pleasure.
I'll definitely be back, y'all. All right.
All right, appreciate you. All right, HOD, man. All right, y'all. Yo, I appreciate y'all, man. My bad, it couldn't go on longer. It wasn't even gonna go on that long, bro. But yeah, man. I hope everyone has a blessed morning, man. And I'll probably do another live later on today or something like that. But y'all have a blessed day.